And a pleasant evening to one and all as we join the YouTube channel, Bimfc Masters. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Alongside me, Keith Griffith and Marty Leacock. And we're taking in, these are the second matches of the evening here at the RUBIS Sports Club, formerly Texaco Sports Club, Brighton, formerly also the home of football at one stage, 20 odd years, 25 years ago, when it was known as Texaco. And as you join us, the match that you're viewing is the clash. It's a over 35s matchup. This one bringing together Obl-Fit FC up against Deacons FC 35s. And at present, a goal by Barry Carter on minute number 1 for Deacons. Easy as you like as he watched that one go into the back of the net. Makes it Deacons FC 1, Obl-Fit FC 0. This is the 35s matchup, and the league is called the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, put on by the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Committee, who also will host a number of overseas teams and, of course, the local teams coming right back here at RUBIS and a number of other venues, 26th to the 29th of May 2023, and that's known as the Bimfc International for 2023. So, chance here at Nearport, shoots, scores, goal! Deacons on the score sheet again, dismantling the defense here. And of course, as the ball fell to the Deacons number 20, Peter Seeley, he slammed home from just about inside the 18-yard box. Deacons 2, Obl-Fit FC 0, after just about 12 minutes, as we say good evening to Keith Griffith for the first time.
Blessings, Trev. Blessings to each and every one here down at a very famous ground many years ago when I played for Beverly Hills and Wales. I enjoyed coming here. The atmosphere always good and the breeze even better. And Deacons, who are just next door to this venue, starting positively on their lead inside the first few minutes by 2-0. Let us have a wonderful and blessed Palm Sunday evening. I do not know if all of you are going to get some palms to cover them, but they're down by 2-0 in the opening minutes of the game.
Yeah, pleasant evening to you, Marty, as well. We say thank you very much to Keith.
Yeah, good evening to you, Trev. Good evening to all our viewers. Good evening to everyone here at the RUBIS Sports Ground as well. Deacons starting in scintillating fashion, Trevor, coming out of the blocks really, really early. Really good early goal from Carter. And then the second one blasted home from Seeley there. The interim keeper had a lot of work to do, Damon Thompson, in the initial stages. And all of FC haven't really been able to get going, Trevor. So unfortunately for them, they're behind the 8-ball early out. And they have to get their stuff, their act together in order to get back into this top of the table clash, Trevor.
Yes, for sure, they certainly do. As we say, a pleasant evening to one and all those just arriving, those who are already here, packing the facility. At present, it is the Obl-Fit under the cosh a bit. Deacons in possession of the ball on the right-hand side, and they'll look for the restart via the throw-in. 2 25-minute halves is what we do here for the 50s and the 35s. Deacons again down the right. The shot coming in, hits the left upright, rattles the post, Marley, and they're really under the pressure here. This is the Obl-Fit team. They'll need to, first of all, gain possession of the ball and maybe cool down this Deacons team, because it's all firing on all cylinders for Deacons as they lead 2-0 on the evening.
Yeah, all of it rocking at the minute, Trevor. Really, really rocking. Deacons genuinely playing like if they're the home side. They know they're pretty close to home for sure. They're all over all of it. Getting it down this right side on numerous occasions, Trevor. Jason Haynes especially on the all the way left, Deacons right side. He's been in on a few occasions, springing the defense. As we see another shot coming in there. Trevor, it's men against boys at the minute. All of we have to wake up pretty soon, Trevor.
Well, Keith Peter Seeley seems to be on fire at number 20. It reminds me of, I wouldn't even say myself, it reminds me of like a Richard Clark in my days of playing, those volleys from 18 and 20 yards. Seeley looking good on the evening.
Well, the team's name is All-A-Wee. Maybe they have to play with more than 11 players if they intend to get back into this game. But Deacons, the home team, just a few yards away from here is Deacons area. And they have always produced outstanding footballers like Ricky Laker-Williams, Hendy Williams, etc., Biscombe. And they are dominating, and the ball is in the back of the net, so just wide, lovely shot, always going past the left or right. All-A-Wee, my advice to you is get back some men in defense, tighten it up, and keep Deacons outside of the area. Deacons lead on the evening by 2-0 here down at RUBIS.
So Deacons firing on all cylinders. They're not too far away from their actual home, but they actually are at home on the home pitch. The fields have been named only this week. The one closest to us is known as the RUBIS Sports Club home field, and the one furthest away, where the 50s are enjoying the action out there this evening, is the RUBIS Sports Club away field. At present, the All-A-Wee with the left foot attempt this time, going really wide of the mark there. No trouble at all for the Deacons keeper in Oliver Kahn. And as we head towards the 17th minute, still seeing some worrying signs for All-A-Wee, but at least they've managed to get hold of the ball a couple of times there, Marley, and they've now allowed the game to settle just a bit before it runs away from them. It is, at this point in time, Deacons 35s 2, All-A-Wee FC 0.
Yeah, well, I know Thompson was filling in at the back for All-A-Wee initially. So maybe with the advent of Bancroft coming in, the schedule keeper, the schedule number 1 coming in, maybe that will settle him down a little bit at the back, Trevor. Who knows? Maybe they still have a problem to fix over on that left side, though. Haynes has been getting in too easily on that side, and he's been causing all the havoc, either pulling it back or having a pop at goal himself. So that's another issue they'll need to fix as well. Maybe not push up that high, maybe. The back line seems to be up very, very high, and allowing Deacons to play a lot of through balls in behind that defense. So they have a couple of things to mull over, a couple of defensive issues to fix, and if they can't do that, who knows, maybe they can't get themselves back into this one.
Yes, as we rejoin the action here, Deacons, remember, in the yellow jerseys trimmed with black shorts and black socks, kicking from left to right, and All-A-Wee in the maroon jerseys, a splash of pink in there as well, black shorts with pink running down the sides, and mostly white socks there. They're going from left to right on your screens, viewers, as we enjoy some really breezy but nice weather here in beautiful Barbados. We're down in St. Michael, where the capital, Bridgetown, is located, just a couple of miles outside of Bridgetown, to be precise, to the west of Bridgetown, basically, and a brand new facility for Bimfc and the Old Boys League. Here comes Deacons again, down the right this time. This gent by the name of, I think it's Jason Haynes, number 9. In Barbados, we say these guys got toes, which means they're very quick. And he is extremely quick for a 35-year-old as he sprints away down the right-hand side. As we say good evening to Ronaldo Pee-wee Jilks, looking to get a nice sweat on this evening before he heads to the BFA turf and the ladies' friendly international between Barbados and St. Lucia, followed by a big one between Empire in second spot and the leading team in the Premier League of the BFA, Weymouth Wales, slated for 8:30. Ball into the middle of the midfield now. Deacons pushing forward. They'll come down the right-hand side, find Seeley, who cuts inside, looks for the low 1-2. Seeley in possession, cross towards the 18-yard box now, floats it across the far side. It's a bit of a looping pass, but cleared away with some good defensive work by All-A-Wee FC. who again, they're vulnerable, Marley, especially at right back. When you see Seeley going up against anybody, we know it's trouble here at RUBIS.
Yeah, Trevor, the likes of Seeley and Carter really having their own way with this all-the-way defense and midfield. Really quick, incisive 1-2 there on the left-hand side. At that point, just a little bit too much on it. Wasn't able to quite keep the crossing, Trevor, but really good play once again from Deacons. They're making it look too easy here at the minute. 2-0 up, and it looks like it could be more on the evening unless all-the-way wrestle back some kind of initiative in this one, Trevor.
Yeah, you seen anyone that looks as though they could do the job for the all-a-week, Keith? Because right now they're struggling a bit, Deacons, with most of the possession and creating most of the chances. Anyone from all-a-week that you think could turn the tide?
Well, the thing is about Deacons, I have big connections, Trevor. In Deacons, you wouldn't know that. Most of my young youth was spent where I was born in the New Orleans, and I have a son who actually played for Deacons. You may be here watching, and lots of good friends from Deacons. So Deacons dominating. So what I would advise all of you to do is to reorganize, readjust, and play with 5 or 6 men across the back. But at the moment, it is all about Deacons. Deacons lead by 2-0, and just midway through the first half.
So all the way in possession down the right-hand side. They skip past 2 players, and the chance goes a begging. That cross didn't have any real venom on it and made its way over the touchline. Just about 22 on our clock, heading towards the half-time whistle. I'm sure some fresh instructions will come from Obl-Fit FC. The likes of course, Brian Corbin will have something to say. I'm sure Sheldon Linton too will want to press the reset button and get something special for his team. Perhaps a goal, maybe even 2 to bring it back. But at this point, Deacons fastest out of the gate, and also looking to overtake Obl-Fit, who lead the table. 6-team table. Before we started this evening, Obl-Fit had 7 points, having won 2 and drawn 1. Deacons again down this favoured left-hand side. They've given away possession. Obl-Fit with it just past the half line as they go in search of goal number 1 for themselves. And again, Ted Roy Marshall trying to flick it over to the right-hand side. No luck whatsoever as it makes its way over the touchline, and Obl-Fit with the possession at left back. They'll look to float one up the line into the Deacons midfield. They're touching it here, they're poking it there, and they're creating problems. Ball stolen away this time by Randy Atherley for Obl-Fit, only to lose it again. Down the line they go as the Obl-Fit take possession again down this right-hand side. Atherley again can't calibrate correctly, and the ball over the touchline for a Deacons throw. Into their own half they go, heading towards 25 minutes and that half-time whistle with some, as I said, some fresh instructions required. Obl-Fit in possession, middle of the midfield now. This looks a bit promising. Ball played short, robbed a bit from Deacons as they toe poke it and go down their left-hand side. Nice and easy for Deacons. They're playing a very calm and patient build-up. The low pass inside and shifting and moving away for Deacons would have been David Newton. Into the midfield they go again. They'll knock it to the right. Calling back for it and playing the dummy as well. As they're all getting a touch here this evening, Marley. But here's Obl-Fit, right foot shot coming in. Just past the post, and second bite at the cherry over the touchline for a goal kick. Now we're seeing a bit more possession from Obl-Fit, but still no real production heading towards the Deacons' goal, Marley.
Yeah, the pace has slowed a little, Trevor. Maybe intentionally from Deacons, maybe inadvertently as well, but the pace has slowed as we've come to nearing the end of this half, and it's allowed Obl-Fit to kind of get a bit of a foothold in this one. They're starting to knock it wrong a little bit, getting a bit more control possession. Still nothing really to show for their efforts. No real shots on target, but they're kind of creeping their way back into it. Deacons, on the other hand, they're just jabbing at the minute. They're just sparring, boxing smart. They up the 2 goals, knocking it around, bit of flair. You know, they're well in control of this one. So it'll be more of the same if you're a Deacons fan, but for all of we, probably try to be a bit more forceful, a bit more incisive, and you might be able to find your way back into this one.
Yep, so heading towards half-time, Keith. Question is, will Deacons get the third, or will all of we get one? What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, at the moment, it is all about Deacons. They have been dominant throughout the game. All of we, at the moment, they don't have the we, they have all of. So hopefully, they will get back into the game. And I must say, Trevor, while you were doing the running commentary, some good people came and hailed me up. One of them played in front of me at Wales and for Barbados, Edward Smith. And they're inviting me to come and get on the tennis court, which is on to the left here, the road tennis court. So I'm having a wonderful time down here. And maybe you will teach Marley how to score goals, and I will teach Marley how to play road tennis. But at the moment, 2-0 as Benfica begin to stroll in.
Yeah, they do for sure. Half-time beckoning here. I'm almost sure of it from referee Tonya Dean in the centre. She's been ably assisted by Andrew Herbert on the far side. And of course we'll identify the official on the other side as well. But that's half-time here at the RUBIS Sports Club facility. And at half-time, a classified half-time score, Deacons FC 2, Obl-Fit FC 0 in a 35 and overs match right here on the Bimfc CSI Stream Teams feed. Lots more coming up in the second half for sure. Also more games as well. Aline School Old Scholars against Dighton Griffith, that's on tap. As well as Mavericks coming up against Carlton-ATP in the 5 p.m. match. We also have other matches in the 50s coming as well. Your very next game will be Paradise Masters versus Blackrock Masters, as well as Matt West Haggett Hall taking on Exactly Unified. And as we head towards the advertisements, of course, we will keep you posted as you join us here for the beautiful scenery at the RUBIS Sports Club, Brighton in Blackrock, just off the Mighty Griner Highway in St. Michael. Join us for much more action coming up in the second half. Thank you very much. All right. Triple H Tours can handle all So as we rejoin the live coverage here at the RUBIS Sports Club, Brighton, Blackrock, St Michael to the west of the Bridgetown area. Current score in the over 35s, the All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament over 35s. All of the FC 0, Deacons FC 2. And early second half action here. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Ball over the top. Deacons will put this one into touch as they make sure that nothing happens on that side. Jason Carter, wearing the number 21 for Deacons, was the defender that put it over the touchline. Deacons will come back in numbers. All of we were pressed forward. Because goals were scored here in the first half, Keith, you'd expect that all of we will be thinking, maybe we can get one or two here as well and bring the score back to parity. Because at present, Deacons are leading 2-0. Referee Tonya Dean will have a word with someone that's given some problems. And all of we with the restart. Far post ball. And the wind has the better of that one, Keith. But all of we pressing and now getting corner kicks as well, Keith. I expect that they'll get a pot shot at the goal at some point in time.
What the players would have to do here at this ground, you have to understand how strong the wind is. And if you're going to take the corners from the left side, you got to bend them out, not bend them in. And young Jason Carter, the son of one of Barbados' top footballers, Ricky Laker Williams from the farm, tight on defense. And like I said just before halftime, at the moment it was only all of, but not we as yet. So maybe in the second half, they can get some goals. And Trev, I know you've scored prolific goals all over the place. Have you ever scored here at this ground?
For sure. I can remember one time I saw a Sunday Sun paper, and the ball was played through the air, and the cameraman was good enough to catch me heading from the highest point into the back of the net. So I believe it's from this end as well. I was not necessarily head and shoulders above everyone else, but because of the ability to leap in those days, Marley, I would always outleap the defenders, and you know the English headers, bullet with power for sure. And that one goes down in history as one of the better ones, as we can see some of the fans having a good time laughing at my reminiscence of stuff. But yeah, that was it. Right here in front of a large crowd, Rose highest and a bullet header into the back of the net. So down here is known for good play from a lot of the teams, and of course goals as well. All of we looking to get possession. Out comes Oliver Kahn, not the one from Germany, you know, Keith. We have our own Oliver Kahn, who has the very same name as the German World Cup winner.
Definitely so. Marty, sitting here with Trevor and I, and we reminisce here. He got his brilliant goal. He scored a hat-trick here for Beverly Hills. I would expect you, as you go to the over 35s, that you will be scoring hat-tricks one of these sweet days.
Since lately, the only hat-tricks I've been scoring are hat-tricks on FIFA, Keith. So I'm not sure if you're going to see me on the field in person, as you see Barrington having a laugh at me as well behind as well. But yeah, mainly only on the video games, Keith.
Nothing doing, says the ref, and the clearance made. That one heading for the car park. Deacons not taking any prisoners. And of course coming across and smashing that one over towards the Rugby factory area, and maybe looking to stir some alcohol out there, Marley, or disturb the distilleries on the far side. But he didn't. He just play it outside. He swiped at it, and the ball last seen going down by the hot pot, where we normally go take a bath and have some recuperation as well. 30 on the clocks here, Marley, and Deacons, of course, want the score to remain at 2-0, so they get the victory, and of course climb past all of we who are on 7 points. Deacons on 6. Deacons get 3 more points here to move to 9 and the top of the table as well. So
yeah,
all to play for in this top of the table over 35s clash in the All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament.
Yeah, they definitely want it to stay the same, Trevor. All of we have started a bit more forcefully this second half though. They've had a couple of attacks down this left side, managed to get themselves a corner as well. They didn't really make much of it, but they've managed to fashion 1 or 2 chances. They just had a penalty shout as well. So they're pressing a bit more in this half, so that will be good news for their fans. Deacons, they'll just hope to keep it tight at the back, try to catch them on the break if need be, but they're not in any rush to, or in any pressing need to do anything out of the ordinary, just pretty much more the same for the first half, and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, cross comes in from All-Away as they look to maintain some more possession. That's a hopeless ball. Way too much power on it. And Deacons will love it if All-Away continue to play in that particular manner. This one to be taken by Jason Carter again, a very good central defender in his early 20s. Keith, I remember seeing him at the National Stadium quite a few times for the Deacons senior team at that point in time as well. Khan with the palm away over to this right-hand side. Deacons nice and sensibly down the right. They'll play a forceful ball into the outside right channel and look to attack the all-away left back on this occasion. And the ball over the touchline. Throwing to be taken then. Just about 32 or so minutes into this one. Upcoming, the matchup between Aline School Old Scholars and the Dighton Griffith Old Scholars team for 4, as well as Mavericks and Carlton-ATP. That finishes off the 35s league. And of course for the 50s league, on tap on the home pitch will be Paradise Masters 50s edition coming up against Blackrock Masters. And that will be third place Paradise against Blackrock Masters, who are currently 6th. The final game of the evening will hop right back to the 35s and give you the Mavericks versus Carlton-ATP right here at the RUBIS Sports Club. But at present, Deacons forcefully leading 2-0 with a goal on 1 minute from the boot of Barry Carter, and Peter Seeley sealing the deal in the first half on 12 minutes, making it Deacons 2, All-Away 0, and we're into the 33rd minute. Keith, any changes you're seeing from All-Away to get the all-elusive first goal, or is it all Deacons for you?
It seems at the moment that they are not able to keep possession long enough to really put pressure on the Deacons team. What they will need to do now, they are 2-0 down. We are halfway through the second half. They need to get the ball out wide, open the area, cut the ball across the area, and try to at least test the keeper. If it continues this way, the Deacons players will just jog straight back across the road into Deacons Farm.
So Deacons again under a little bit of pressure, but able to clear by Dwayne Best wearing the number 3 and playing centrally for Deacons in those very short socks, Marley. Not sure how he's able to do that here when he's supposed to have some shin guards on his foot, but we'll look into that matter and have a word with Best. He's obviously having a good time in that number 3 shirt, and on his mindset says he's in a scrimmage. But the authorities will certainly have a word in his ear very, very shortly. 34 on the clock here. Deacons continue to lead. It's 2-0 over All-Away, with Deacons having the goal kick on 34 minutes. Keith, any changes you see for Deacons needed? Do they need to press and get the third goal and seal it? Or do you think they can manage the game all the way through at 2-0 and move with the 3 points?
Based on what we have seen so far, Deacons very comfortably in the lead, 2-0. All-Away, like I said earlier, they have the all, but not the we. And unless they can do that, they cannot get back into this game. Deacons have always been a very, very methodical team, playing with flair and style and panache. And once they have the ball, you're in trouble. So at the moment, it is all about Deacons. They lead on the evening by 2-0 here at the Texaco ground. As we say, a blessed good evening to a young star. Don't move yet, Mr. Michael Graham from Empire. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Coach.
One of the outstanding young midfield players in his time. His dad was a top player for Beverly Hills, and he and his brother Stephen were also students of the game. And at the moment, it is All-Away 0, Deacons Masters 2.
Yeah, well, Deacons continuing to really control this one here, Keith. No real pressure from All-Away as yet. As I said, there are 1 or 2 half chances, but nothing really concrete, nothing really to trouble this Deacon side, and they've been almost in neutral for this second half. just doing as much as it needs to be done to continue to control this one. Pretty good game so far though, Keith. Enjoyable game. Not sure if it would be as enjoyable for the All of We fans as it has been for us, but good game so far. As we see All of We try to get some pressure down on this left-hand side.
Well, a very competitive game so far. Deacons leading by 2-0. They are in total control at the moment. And like I said many times, All of We will need to keep the ball much better, because here at this ground, and a team is leading 2-0, you scarcely ever come back into the game. And like you said, you can sprint. I would have to jog to get from here over the Deacons. It's just a few yards away.
Yeah.
And just behind us at the beach, they call it the hot water beach, people come here and keep themselves fit. So at the moment, Deacons actually on solid ground, they lead by 2-0. And All of We, once we there, will get the way into the All.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to put anything consistent together at this point, Keith. They're still trying though, still lots of time left in this one for them to get back into it. And as we all know, one goal can definitely change the complexion of this game. But the likes of Collamore and Lane and so on haven't really been able to get on the ball and necessarily affect it as much as they would have liked. But still 2-0 as we see a throw coming in to going All of We FC's way.
Well, we're deep inside the second half, and what I'm saying is that Deacons comfortably in the lead. They're holding the ball very well. They're passing it very well, as Deacons teams have always done for many years. And now it is going to be extremely difficult for All of We to get back into this game as the ball comes towards us. And on the far side, we can see Paradise, resplendent as ever in all yellow, warming up to play what will be a very, very, very big derby, because they're going to be up against Blackrock Masters, who have a few players who played previously for Paradise. So maybe we'll be in Paradise for the rest of the evening.
Maybe, Keith, maybe. But as we see All of We back with it, down this far side. Ball played in, outside flag stays down. Missed his kick slightly there though. And coming in with a crunching tackle was Thompson. He manages to win this throw. So a throw to All of We FC over on this far side. And they'll be hoping to fashion something very soon as the clock unofficially ticks past the 37-minute mark. So Thompson with the throw, he hurls it in. Ball comes down, chance comes in, shot, block. And the follow-up, this block once more, so that's more like it from All of We. I see a corner on the right-hand side, and they have a chance to try to get back into this one. As we see their towering centre-back make his way up for this corner as well. That's Shane Hinkson, at number 20. So he'll definitely be the one that they'll be aiming for to try to get this one into the back of the net. So here's Thompson with the resulting corner. Hits it in, spilled, and into the back of the net. And just as we've been saying, All of We FC, they've been pressing this second half. They've been trying, and they've managed to get themselves back into this one, Keith. An error coming from the aptly named Oliver Khan. Deacons FC in total control in the initial stages of this one, all the way up into the midway this second half. But one error, and All of We FC back into it, Keith.
A good finishing by All of We. Very, very poor goalkeeping on that occasion by the keeper, who looked outstanding most of the tournament. But how he will sleep tonight, I don't know, if All of We comes back into the game. But one must give credit to All of We.
Definitely.
Because they keep fighting, and in the end, they pull a goal back. And let us say a special good evening. So the new president of the Empire Club, Mr. Oxley, as my family, Mr. Griffith is here. He plays for a big team. He plays for Paradise. Good evening, son. So all of my sons and family here around me, I'm very happy. And maybe, who knows, in the score is 2-1 at the moment. Maybe in 2024, Grell will be back in the midfield.
Yeah, well, All of We back into it. Fair play to them. We've been waxing lyrical about this Deacons team and the start that they made to this one. But they've stuck at it. They look out of it in the initial stages, but they managed to stop the flow of chances and managed to limit this Deacons team in this second half, especially if they've found a way to get back into it. But Deacons aren't finished yet, though, as we see them trying to get themselves in once again. Ball flashes just wide off the far post. But it's 2-1 at this point, and fair play to Obl-Fit FC. They've managed to get themselves back into this one.
They still have a lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah.
They will just need to punch, jab, hook, and try to get down this half. But at the moment, Deacons defending solidly. But what I've noticed in the last few minutes is that the Deacons players are not getting back at all. Most of the time, it is all the way attack against the Deacons defense. Ball runs across there where we are and into touch. And it will be a throw-in then to Deacons. Deacons leading by 2-1 as we go inside the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, but what we've seen happening, especially in this second half, if the likes of Thompson over on that right side, and Perry as well, he's made some long busting runs. Hasn't necessarily been able to affect the game fully in Perry, but what he's done is pulls defenders and other persons out of position and really made some space for the likes of Thompson and Co. To cause some havoc in the Deacons defense. So fair play to them. Few minutes left, as we said. Who knows? They might be able to come and get back on level terms, Keith. They're certainly trying. That goal has reinvigorated as you see a ball played in. But well defended in the end there from Deacons. But all of you, I see pressing once more and showing some real fighting spirit in this one. So 2-1 as we head into the final few minutes of this one. Deacons will just be looking to play it safely for these last few moments. They seem to have dropped the intensity a little bit.
I just want to say a special good evening to Mr. President. Could you just come here with me for one moment? This is Mr. Melville Oxley. Congratulations on that memorable victory as the new president of Empire Football Club.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
You have always been like a son. And I must say, I am extremely, extremely proud of you and what you and Trevor and the other committee members have done to bring Masters football all over the world. I'm happy to be a part of it. Once more, congratulations.
I thank you, Keith. But Masters should be treated like Masters, and that's my job.
When will you be playing?
What do you mean?
I know that you can still play center back or right back very good.
I play in the National Masters.
Well, I look forward to doing commentary with you.
I'm waiting for you, too.
No problem. I'm ready to go. Blessed, that's a very good gentleman. Melville Oxley, now the new Empire president, as we go forward late in the game. 2-1 to the Deacons team. All of we. They are more than all now. They are very close to we.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten their act together in the second half, though. As we're just singing their praises. Real mistake at the back there from Bancroft, but he manages to get away with it. We just saw Jason Haynes on the ball for Deacons as well, too. He was all over all the way in that first half, but hasn't been able. We've hardly heard his name in this second half. He's hardly had a kick, Keith. But all the way escaping on that occasion, that one could have ended pretty badly, pretty anticlimactic after they've managed to wriggle their way back into this one. There seems to be a problem on the field, though, however. The referee calling a halt to it.
Well, I believe that as we go into the closing stages of the game, Deacons will have to tighten up. But over the years, Deacons have one of the best techniques of passing and movement. But at times, they find difficulty in defending, and that is why they have never really challenged in Division I football, which is the Premiership now. So all they have to do is to go back to the old school, keep possession of the ball, Marley, run the clock down, and in the end, they will trot right back across the Deacons, like I said, just a few yards away from here. So yeah. Deacons on the evening, leading by 2-1.
Yeah, sounds very good in theory, Keith, but I'm sure all of we will have a lot to say about that as we see Thompson battling for it once again. And they're really pressing late on in this one, Keith. The tide has really turned in this second half. It's all of we who are in the ascendancy No doubt about it, as we see them send up their big centre half as well. As the throw comes in, comes over, he gets his head to it. And Haynes haven't been on the attack so much in that first half. He was the one actually clearing the ball on that occasion, as all we continue to press for this equalizer. So throwing down on the far side, ball's played up over to the right. Miscontrol there, however. Deacons are able to come away, get a bit of respite. But he's easily dispossessed there. His teammates won't be happy with that. As all we continue to push, the ball played further down the far side, but that runs all the way into touch, and that's a much welcome goal kick for the Deacons side, who try to keep this pace as slow as they can and grind out this result, Keith.
The thing is, Marley, that the time is running out here on all of we. I have moved them from all to we, but they still need the E alongside the W. So they were really pushing and trying to get the equalizer. If I know Deacons players well, they will keep possession. They may not go in search of a third goal, but they has the ability to keep possession long and just run the clock down. So as we come into the closing minutes of the game, all of we 1, Deacons 2, as Mr. Paul Skinner, a top defender for the Blackrock Masters, now coming in, having scored a brilliant goal a few weeks ago at Empire. Mr. Skinner looking very happy, and a lot of cameras will be on him this evening. So, Marley, I'll put you on the spot. Deacons leading by 2-1. Do you believe that all of we will get the E to make it 2-2?
They just might, Keith. You never know. There might not be a lot of time left in this one, however. As you see, it looks like a corner on the near side. They just might. They're pressing. They've had a pretty good second half, to be fair to them. As you see, corner coming in. Down to the back post. Shot coming in on the far side, but that's well defended. Ball cleared up field, and they're after it, but that's well marshaled by Kian, who controls calmly and takes a few more seconds off the clock as he gets it started back. Deacons in possession once again. Ball played up to Haynes. He takes it, tries to turn, but it's halted. That's offside. So all of we with another chance to punt it long and see if they can fashion one final chance and get themselves back into this one, but that's well defended.
Well, I must say, Marley, outside of the football, which has been good, I am seeing some beautiful, outstanding ladies also looking as resplendent as ever as they cruise through. You keep your heart beating nicely, and you're still a very young man, so take it easy. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is the goals, as the score goes into 2-1 as we come into the closing minutes of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Pardon?
Definitely keeping my eyes on the football over here.
Right. Keep your eyes on the ball and score a hat trick.
So as you see, into the final moments of this one, Keith trying to get me in some trouble, and it looks like a third goal. Yeah, a third goal has been scored there by Deacons. So that looks like game, set, and match. Is it Haynes once again? It might have been Haynes once again. Yeah, but a third goal by Deacons, so they've...
Well, like I told you, Deacons are capable of scoring that third goal, and now they've scored it. All is well. So Deacons controlling. They will not have to jog back to Deacons this evening. They will walk quietly and peacefully and happily back. Deacons on the evening leading by 3-1 as we come into the closing minute of the game. The whistle is gone. Deacons Farm winning impressively by 3-1. All of we only had the all, but Marley, they did not have the we.
Yeah, unfortunately for all of we, after a spirited second half, they weren't able to get back on terms. They tried. So there was a really good effort from them in the end because they looked dead and buried in that first half, if we're being honest. Deacons coming up the traps really quickly, racing to a 2-goal lead and really dominating proceedings. All of the FC coming back into the second half when nobody probably really expected them to making a real fist of it and almost getting back on terms, but Deacons coming back and putting the icing on the cake in the end and winning by 3-1. Maybe you could argue that that was a fair result in the end. Maybe All the Way FC might argue differently. But it was a good game, entertaining game, lots of goals, and a good result for Deacons in the end. They leapfrog all the way and go to the top of the table. So that was the top of the table clash and a really good performance from Deacons in the end there. So stay tuned. We've got lots more action coming for you in this one here at the RUBIS Sports Complex. So that was the third game of the afternoon. We've got a few more coming as well. So all of we going down on that occasion by 1-3. Deacons FC coming out on top. They're on top of the over 35s. And a top performance from them. And we'll just say goodbye for a short moment for a couple of advertisements, pay some bills, and we'll be back here very, very shortly for some more football action for you here in bright and sunny Barbados at the RUBIS Sports Complex.
For those advertisements, a quick reminder that 3 points to Deacons puts them on 9. They then top the table. They're top of the 35s table in the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament. All the way slide into second. Carlton-ATP come in next with Dayton Griffith, Mavericks, and Aline as we await those results as well. And as we take that quick break, and we want you to come back and join us because up next it's Paradise Masters 57th edition versus BlackRock Masters. Until then, we head for some advertisements and come right back. Thank you very much. (616701) or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery, fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament Obl-Fit for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Rates and weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
here.
Well, this is a very, very big game in Bajan football. Two of the top teams, Blackrock Masters, this is their home ground. They train here day in, day out, and even at night. And they've produced some very, very outstanding national players, Ricardo Carcagorda, etc., etc. And they will want to get bragging rights at the end of this one. On the other hand, Paradise, who are from all the way in Christchurch, having lost last weekend, will be looking to redeem themselves. Two of the better teams in the tournament. And as I can see, everyone is anxiously awaiting what will transpire here this evening at RUBIS.
Yeah, so
scoreline 0-0. We are into the third minute of the game.
Yeah, so real interesting insight there from the legend Keith Griffith. To my left, on my right, got a gentleman who's come to join me, Mr. Kelvin Scott. Good evening to you, sir. How do you see this one playing out?
Should be a very interesting game, as Keith said. Lots of ex-players, lots of skill on a pretty decent ground. Some very hot conditions this evening, but I'm sure that the players will be displaying lots of tricks, skills, and perhaps a bit of spills too. But here goes Deacons running on the left side. Ball off, looks like a corner kick. Yes.
Yeah, so Blackrock making the early run-ins here down this left-hand side. That's Ricky Best. He's made a couple of inroads. Second corner in quick succession, ball comes in. It's well defended there. And Paradise look to launch the counter on this far side. So, son, lovely skill on that occasion. Switches straight. And that makes its way all the way over to the far side. So Paradise on the attack here, in behind. Well, tries to cut it back, but not necessarily getting it done on that occasion. And it's defended well by the Blackrock Masters as they try to make their way up through the midfield. And foul is blown by the referee on that occasion. So a good even game so far. Both sides looking to get some points on the board. If you're looking at the table, Paradise sitting in third place on 14 points. And they are 5 points off the lead, off of the royalty. The Blackrock Masters could do with some points. They have played a game less than the Paradise Masters, however. They're sitting on 9 points, so a win today would do them very, very well. As you see a shot coming in from Paradise, and that's well held by the goalkeeper. So the first shot on target there, Keith. This one started pretty well.
Very, very positive movement. And in the end, good goalkeeping. Paradise pushing forward. They are desperately in need of victory today because they went down last match. On the other hand, Blackrock Masters capable of winning here on the home ground. So we should be in for a fascinating evening here down at RUBIS. At the moment, scoreline reveals Paradise 0, Blackrock Masters 0.
Yeah, so throw coming in, well defended there by Blackrock as they try to get on the attack. That's defended well again. Shot comes in. That's quickly repelled by the Blackrock side as they make their way up through the midfield. It's ball out to the right side. Looks up. Tries to find his attacker, doesn't do so, but that's well recovered. Reverse ball tried on that occasion there by Andrew Gooden, but he wasn't able to make it through. And Paradise are back in possession. In possession, directed some traffic. Long ball played up, but that's easily dealt with on that occasion. As you see Blackrock come away with it. They've had probably slightly edging the possession in these first 6.5 minutes. But Paradise have been in it through as well too. So there's Blackrock on it once again. Trying to come down this near side. But their progress is halted by the whistle of the referee. And it's a free kick to Paradise. So the ball is spotted by Gooden. He leaves it to Mark Marshall. Marshall looks up. He's surveying the area.
The good thing about Gooden, he is one of the best players to come out of St. George, St. Philip area. He played for Barbados a few years ago, and people wanted to know where. He is from Trinidad. The way he controlled the ball and he could pull some strings in midfield. An outstanding player, because we mostly associate top players from in the St. Michael area and down in the St. James area and Christchurch. But he was a special breed and an outstanding player with either foot. Young, good in midfield, strong, strapping player, and at the moment, he will be the one to pull the strings for Paradise in midfield. On the other hand, Blackrock Masters will want to keep an eye on him because they have their own magician in the midfield in Dick Granderson and Fly Ford. As they go forward, the scoreline reveals on the evening, 0-0. Blackrock Masters 0, Paradise 0.
Yeah, so Paradise coming into their own in this one, Keith. Blackrock Masters having a couple of early corners. Paradise looking to respond in the light on this far side. Good even game so far. 3 important points up for grabs for both teams. As we see the cross coming in. Good header. Fell there as we see the Blackrock Masters try to make their way at the field. But that's quickly stopped by Paradise though. The offside flag is up on that occasion. So a free kick to Blackrock Masters as they look to get us back underway. Nice intricate stuff there in the midfield. Lovely one-touch passing. It's beautiful from the Blackrock Masters. Leading ball played. But that had a fair bit too much on it. On that occasion, that was easily fielded by the goalkeeper on that occasion. So Paradise work it over to this left side. Trying to get their passing game going. That's cut out. So the possession is still there. So it's a nice, even-paced game so far, Keith. Not blistering as you'd probably expect for these players. It's an over 50s game, but still played at a good place and still good technical ability shown by both sets of players so far.
You have at least 6 former national players here, so the technique should be good. And at this ground, you always have room and space and time to play. But it would be remiss of us if this evening we did not congratulate the Barbados team who won over the last weekend. It was the first victory for Barbados since June the 30th, 2021. We had gone match after match without winning, and congratulations to Barbados national senior team who defeated Antigua by 2-1, and I hope that we can go on from there.
Yeah, I'm sure Kelvin shares your sentiments as well as I do, Keith. Congrats to the guys. I saw some of the celebrations in the changing room after. I was very, very happy that they managed to get some of those better and more skillful players that would have come from abroad on the field as we were discussing last week. And I'm glad that they managed to get that win as well, Kelvin. So top stuff from the guys. But how do you see it playing so far, Kelvin, as we see the Blackrock Masters getting in down on this right side? Both sides have gotten themselves into menacing positions, but nothing really to show for it just yet.
And as you said, Marley, nothing threatening as yet. Both sides testing and teasing the midfield of the other side, but it's Blackrock Masters looks offside. The appeal goes up, but the flag stays down. It's a wood. With the ball inside the box, nothing too threatening, and well handled by the goalkeeper. So in the 12th minute, it's Paradise Masters 50s edition, 0. Blackrock Masters, 0. And as mentioned before, my name is Kelvin Scott, and I'm sitting with a young man, Marley Leacock, and the veteran, Keith Grell Griffith.
Well, I like how you put the word veteran because I'm coming out of retirement soon.
I know you've been asked to play some table tennis about half hour ago, Keith. Then another person stopped and asked you to come out of retirement to get on the field. Which one you think you're going to choose first?
Well, let us put it together in Jesus' name. I use my skills not only for soccer, but also for road tennis. Not boasting, I was 5 times Barbados champion. And
not boasting at all, Keith.
Say that again?
Not boasting at all.
Not boasting at all. And you'll be surprised that my best sport when I was very young growing up in the New Orleans and Chapman Lane, I made the first century in Barbados. I scored 108 not out at St. Lawrence School. In those days, we call it hopping ball cricket. And I batted it a whole day. I was very fit. So I'm blessed to be in the company of all of you gentlemen and all the fans who come out and always hail me up. Blessings. And as today's Palm Sunday, let's rejoice and be happy in it.
Yeah, man of many talents, Steve. Man of many talents. So as we get back with the action here, Blackrock Masters fighting for possession here, but Paradise winning it back high at the field. Through ball is attempted on that occasion, but that's quickly snuffed out as we see Blackrock come back down this near side to Best. He's seen a lot of the ball in this first half, as has Ford. But that's something that we've come to expect, to be honest. He's the man that normally marshals and dictates the pace and tempo in the midfield for the Blackrock Masters. As you see, a nice build-up here. They've worked it well onto this right side. Leading ball is played. Maybe attempting that one a bit too soon. That one was well read from Paradise. But a nice bit of play from the Blackrock Masters on that occasion. Calvin, they've been the side that have tried to knit it a bit more concisely together. As we see them in here with the
Goal.
throw.
Must be a goal.
And into the back of the net. Flag stays down. That was a really, really well worked goal from the Blackrock Masters. As we were just saying, Calvin, they were knocking on the door. They did seem the most likely of the two sides. It was a lovely build-up initially onto the far side, cut out at that point from Paradise. But the throw came in. Best was able to wriggle past his defender, square it back across, and an easy, a simple finish in the end, Keith. And a well-deserved goal for the Blackrock Masters.
Well,
Yes, so
it is.
it's Ricky Best in the 15th minute. The Rastafarian scoring a beautiful goal. And you would think, Keith, that Blackrock Masters on 9 points and in 5th position in the tournament, or rather 6th position, and Paradise Masters 50 edition. They're in 3rd position. They will probably be playing a stronger game, but somehow we are saying Blackrock Masters taking the majority of the possession of the ball and scoring it in the 15th minute. What is your take, Keith?
Well, when I tell you the take, I know that you and Marty, you will laugh. Just before the game began, Mr. Best came right next to me talking about road tennis, and he said, Coach, I will perform magnificently on the field today. And there he was, heading the ball into the back of the nets. And the guy who I always travel with, because we are neighbors in Wildy Gardens, Adrian Purdy, he said, Coach, before the game on our way down here, we are going to defeat Paradise, because in the past he played for Paradise. So everything is falling into place, and Marty and I would have a refreshment as we go forward. Paradise 0. Blackrock Masters 1.
Yeah, I'm sure Paradise will have a lot to say about that, though. There's just only 15 minutes on the clock, lots of time left in this one. But they're gone a goal down to a very, very well-worked goal. Kudos to the Blackrock Masters. They've started pretty well, and they've been nice and tidy in possession. They've managed to keep the ball away from the Paradise Masters pretty well. That has resulted in the opening goal, especially in this midfield, where they're looking to come forward and work it again. Paradise just not necessarily managing to really get any fluid attacks together thus far, Keith. We have to say it thus far, because we did see in the last game how Deacons started extremely well and faded in the second half, and all we were able to get back into it. So a lot of time left, but fair play to the Blackrock Masters. They've started really, really well so far.
And like I said, this is their home ground. They have a lot of fans down here this evening. And again, I want to compliment and congratulate the cameraman who has been at Empire and here at RUBIS. Gentlemen, you all are doing a fantastic job. And I hope that God will continue to bless you this Palm Sunday. And you'll be doing not only the men's masters, but the ladies' masters too, as we go forward in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, and just to bring some stats into this game, Paradise Masters 50th edition, they're on 14 points. So if they were to win this game, Marley, they will be on 17, close to the leaders who are on 19, which is Wildy Royalty. And Blackrock Masters reside on 9 points. So they're hoping to move up the table. But Paradise Masters will be in a favorable position if they win this game. So they really need to buckle down. Figure out at halftime, Keith, you being a top coach, I don't know what you would tell them at halftime, but perhaps figure out exactly where they're going wrong, and buckle up, and perhaps look for a draw or perhaps a win.
You mean Paradise? Well, the first thing, I would not let Blackrock Masters get a goal. I would have been tight at the back from the beginning, knowing that I'm ahead of them, because that is a part of coaching, where if you are ahead of a team, like my team Arsenal, leading City, has City to play. They don't need to win. They need not to lose. So be tight on the back. If you get a goal, accept it. But
as we pause for that one, Paradise into the back of the net.
Well, you see what I mean? Now it is 1-1. As Roger, a blessed good evening to you. I've been looking for you. Blessings.
To you as well, Keith.
Thank you.
Yeah, but as we were saying, lots of time left in this one. Paradise Masters, they're top side. They're at the right end of the table for a reason. It was a nicely worked goal. Quick 1-2 at the top of the box. The ball played in behind and a quick snapshot right for the shot. Flying past the keeper into the back of the net, and just like that, it's 1-1. So a good start from the Blackrock Masters. They've had arguably the better of the game so far, but Paradise, top side, they only need one chance. When that chance came, they took it quite easily and in really, really gorgeous fashion as well. So Paradise Masters back in this one. And a goal each, Gavin.
Yes, so as we were getting Keith's professional take from a coach's standpoint, Paradise pulled back one in the 19th minute. So we have a game on. Keith?
Well, that is so true. I was telling Marley even before we started that this should be a very competitive game. This is like Manchester City versus Man United. And at the moment, both teams have pleased everyone, the big crowd that is here, enjoying every moment of it. And it is going to be interesting as we continue close to the end of the first half. If Paradise can keep Blackrock Masters out, and if Blackrock Masters can provide some magic and get the leading goal. At the moment, though, if you're now joining us, wherever you are, if you're in Japan, Korea, we don't mind. Just enjoy it. Blackrock Masters won, Paradise won.
Yeah, this one's shaping up to be a really, really good one, Keith. We suspected it would have been before it started. You did tell me when we were double checking the fixtures coming up. You said, yeah, this one should be a good one. And it's lived up to it so far, Keith. So nice game building up for us. Blackrock starting pretty well. Paradise responding in kind as they go back on the attack here down this right side. That one is quickly cut out by the Blackrock Masters as the throwing comes in. Controlled here in the middle. Lovely skill defense, but he has his pocket pick though. The shot comes in, but it's held by the keeper. It was straight at the keeper in the end, and he gathers quite easily and gets us restarted with a throw. The ball is worked onto this right side once again. That's his cut out though.
And Blackrock Masters continue to use the advantage of coming down that left side of Paradise. Perhaps, Keith, as a coach, what advice would you give to the Paradise side as it relates to their left back? Would they perhaps do some mixing up in the back line?
Well, what I would do at this time, 1-1, going to halftime, refresh, get some nice tactics, come out in the second half, pursue you need, and the team, I believe, who takes the lead early in the second half. I don't see no more goals scoring before halftime. Tactically, shut it up. And remember, Paradise are ahead of Blackrock Masters in the table, and they want to finish in the top 4. So that is the key from a coaching perspective. Wales was the best team Barbados have ever produced, and I would say Everton and Notre Dame after. But always, always defense wins titles, goals win matches. And as two young men, I expect the two of you to go on to be two outstanding commentators.
Thanks, Keith. And we just want to mention to the crowd at hand that we found a prestige key. So if you have lost a key, you may want to retrieve it from inside by the commentator's booth. So that's one prestige remote key found and brought to the commentator's stand. So see us for that particular key. But now we're in the 23rd minute. This game is soon going to blow. Keith, again, you know you always pick in your marvelous brain for the coach's perspective. It's halftime. What advice would you give to either side if you were the coach?
If I was coaching, and like I said, and this is very important, Paradise are second in the standings. And all they need to do is to make sure they don't lose, because they want to finish in the top 4 to play in the semi-finals. No, Blackrock Masters need to go all out in search of a victory. And they're playing home in front of their fans. So I am putting Marley on the Blackrock Masters, and I'm putting you on the Paradise team.
Sure, I have to remain neutral, Keith. I'm not sure if I'm allowed. But yeah, so we see Paradise on the attack once again. They've kind of come alive after they scored that goal as you would really expect. Goals tend to really reinvigorate sides, as we know in football, and they've started to push, especially down on this right-hand side, to try to get the go-ahead goal, really trying to stamp their dominance on this one. As we see ball played out this far side, way too much on it, and he really didn't give his counterpart any chance on that occasion. So it's a throw into Paradise as they kind of wrestle the control of this game late in this first half. First half whistle might be blown at any point from the referee, as we see throw up this far side from Paradise as they make their way down this right side. The ball is played into the middle, controlled well, swerved back onto this right side, but that's quickly snuffed out by the Blackrock Masters. Best on it once again. He plays it into the midfield. Out to here, controlled. Passes on down this right side. It's a heavy pass. It's well tracked down
to Wood.
On this right side to Wood. He cuts it back into the middle.
Beautiful football. Ball well dispossessed, but again, Marley, Keith, you realize that there has been a paradigm shift in this game with Paradise 50s edition now with at least 60% and Blackrock Masters only with about 40% in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game. The referee soon about to blow this one into halftime, where both teams will get to reset and come back out and look for a victory.
As I have the president here of the Empire Club, I would like to ask him, when will he be introducing the ladies football as we go forward?
Like, if you know, we always working, we don't ever stop. So hopefully we can get that into the International Masters this year. We start planting the seed. So we're looking for co-ed also. So we had a few people we spoke to already on that.
As the president of the Empire Club, outstanding organizer and getting the job done. And to the 2 young commentators, as I quietly go to halftime and get a refreshment, Paradise won, Blackrock Masters won.
Yeah, so pretty interesting first half there. Blackrock Masters definitely coming out of the traps the quicker of the 2 sides, Kelvin. They played some really nice stuff, I'd say, for the first 12-15 minutes of that first half. Paradise, though, lots and lots of pedigree. We always knew they'd come back to it. They weren't just going to lie down and let this one slip away from them. They're top of the table, as I said. They're in 3rd position in the table, just 5 points off the top of Will the Royalty for a reason. So their pedigree has shown. They came back into it, really well worked goal. 1 goal each at the half. How do you see the second half playing out?
Well, this should be a very interesting game. Blackrock Masters with the home ground advantage, if you want to say that. But Paradise Masters 50th edition, they're on 14 points. They've been playing some very good football recently in the last couple of years or so. And they've started to pick up momentum after scoring in the 19th minute. So I can only anticipate a very, very tough and skillful second half. At this point of time, we just want to make a special mention to Melvin Ibo Oxley, who was elected as president of the Empire Club, has been doing wonderful things, and he's also been part of the Bimfc Masters. So we just want to say a special congratulations to him. And it is my privilege and pleasure to work with young Marley Leacock and the veteran Keith Grell Griffith.
Yes.
So we'll take a slight break as we anticipate a very interesting second half.
Association with Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSI, and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, Bimfc, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. Bimfc presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
All right, so welcome back to the second half of this one. Very, very intriguing game. Blackrock Masters versus the Paradise Masters over 50s edition. As we highlighted earlier, Paradise in third place in the table, just a few points off the top of the league. 5 points off the Wilding Royalty. Underneath the Wilding Royalty are Trent's Masters in second. The Trent's just 1 point ahead of Paradise, so that's lots and lots of incentive for Paradise Masters in this one. The Blackrock Masters haven't played one game fewer. They're on 9 points, so a win here today would put them on 12 and just 2 points off their rivals this evening. So So lots and lots to play for. As you see, a lovely piece of skill
What
there.
a drag.
Header comes in. Shot comes in the end as well. Blackrock Masters struggling to get this one clear. Beautiful play once again. Wriggles his way past a couple. That's it, and it's eventually snuffed out from the Blackrock Masters. What a start to the second half that would have been for Paradise. A beautiful piece of play
Skill
on
from
this left
Carlton.
side. Managing to dig out across as well, Keith.
Well,
Almost.
my heart felt sorry for young Skinner because he was left for dead, only to be buried. But in the end, good defensive work from the Masters, Blackrock, and the scoreline remains 1-1. Paradise 1, Blackrock Masters 1. A very, very, very positive second half beginning by Paradise.
And it's always good, Keith, to see men in their 50s remaining fit, running well, displaying lots of skill, tricks, and exciting football. The crowd just came alive after that drag down the lane and across, but nothing spectacular coming of it. And now it's Blackrock Masters looking to create some magic on their home ground.
That was
Danger.
best on that occasion on the left-hand side, trying to respond in kind to the wonderful piece of skill from Carlton down on this left side on that occasion. So the second half starting in fairy fashion, Keith, as we would all want to see here as the crowd continues to build here at the RUBIS Sports Ground here in St. Michael, Barbados. As you see, Paradise grab hold of possession once again, leading ball played up, but well cut out from Blackrock. As we see them have possession for a split second, but Paradise really hunting in packs at this point. They seem to have a really, really invigorating halftime team talk, Keith. They've started the second half fiercely, as if they want to make sure that they get these points and get themselves in a top position to secure that top 4 place, Keith.
Well, I will not predict who will win the game, but I anticipate that we are in for more goals, at least 2 or 3. Which side will win, I don't know, but surely no one who has come down to this RUBIS ground will be unhappy with the evening. Very, very good football, promising attacks on the left, sweet attacks on the right, and in the end, 1-1 at halftime. And I know that you and Kevin are 2 young men, but some footballers who I was blessed to coach, they came just now and they made me feel so happy of them. One from the Deacons Farm area. Kevin, you played with him, one of the best midfield players I coach in Barbados, young Andy Williams, and also one from Paradise. He has coached Barbados team too, Ken Hall. So this is totally a blessing here down at RUBIS, and hopefully we should be in for 2 or 3 more goals on Palm Sunday.
Yeah, as we see Blackrock getting possession back after an inadvertent fall on that occasion from Vincent Haynes. He trod on the ball, it seems, possibly hurting himself in the process, but he's back to his feet belatedly though. That's good news for Paradise as they try to get us started back on this right side, but that's halted.
And you know, Marley, Keith, what is always important in Masters football is the depth of your bench, because at this age you need a proper bench to have good rotation.
Yeah.
And when we look at the Paradise 50s edition bench, the bench seems to be very deep. They can pull from any resources on the bench and keep the momentum rolling. Well, Blackrock Masters, they have a pretty okay bench too, but it's short in terms of numbers, and they may very well suffer as a result of that. But back to sweet football. Paradise looking now to defend the attack of Blackrock Masters.
Yeah, that was best on that occasion, it seems, trying to make some inroads on the left side once again, but he wasn't able to do so, and it resulted in a quick goal kick. But Blackrock Masters have it back pretty quickly though. A robust challenge there in the midfield. And the foul is blown. Sending back on that occasion doesn't necessarily agree with the whistle of the ref, but he has to concede eventually. So it's a free kick to the Blackrock Masters. Interesting position. Still a fair ways out, Keith. Not sure if he might have a pop-out goal from here. What do you think?
Well, I think that was a little bit far out, and it would have been better, in my opinion, to build it up and try to get in behind the defenders and cut the ball across the area. But in general, like you guys have been saying from the beginning, it has been a very, very competitive and interesting game. Someone needs to pull something out of the bag and make it 2-1. We wait very anxiously to see which team will take the lead.
Yeah, we wait and see. So as we rejoin the action here, Blackrock Masters, they started this second half as they pretty much did the first, though. This is Carlton trying to exhibit a bit of skill once again. Defender is wise to it on that occasion, though. He doesn't allow him to beat him once again. But Paradise trying the flicks and tricks coming out. But that's well defended from Blackrock. So Paradise.
And Andrew Gooden for Paradise, playing extremely relaxed and having that ball dispossessed. And now it's Mr. Ford, they call him Fly Ford, a very skillful player, Keith. I know that you would have seen him lots of tricks in his time.
Endless tricks. He pulled tricks out of the bag, out of the
Paradise
bag.
on the attack here. Shot comes in. Sorry, Keith. They were almost in once again. So Paradise having the better of the chances in this second half. They've come out much the stronger side and almost getting a shot on target once again, but well defended from Blackrock. Sorry, Keith.
Definitely. But again, Fly Ford capable of destroying a defense on any evening. He is magical, and at the conclusion of the game, he would have more words than the Prime Minister to give to you if he destroys the defense. So at the moment, the scoreline reveals Blackrock Masters 1, Paradise 1.
So Paradise with a menacing throwing on the far side. It's run up, it's in. Flicked on at the near post.
And Blackrock Masters should have a nice break now. Ball to Bess. Ball easily won by Paradise though. And as these legs become tired, Marley and Keith, you realize that they may give away many more balls than at the beginning of the game. And again, you need a deep bench so you can pull on fresh legs and keep that rotation in and out.
Yeah, Kelvin, as you'd kind of expect with it being an over 50s game as well, you'd expect the pace to slow a little in the second half, for sure. And as you correctly alluded to earlier, you definitely need a good bench to pull from in order to be able to cause some havoc to your team. You see the opposing side, as you see Blackrock again make their way up that left side. Everything that they do that's good seems to be coming through best on that left side, Keith. As you see a shot coming in on that occasion, didn't manage to get it on target, but they've been very menacing on that left side, and they're giving as good as they're getting early in this second half.
But that is so true. And from what I'm saying, Blackrock Masters' key player, former national captain and player Cracker Goddard, is not on the pitch. And he makes a big difference when he is playing. But
Definitely.
At the moment, the score is 1-1. They just need to hold tight. There's Young Pretty, and he will tell me, Coach, I am keeping it tight at the back, because we always come to football here or in pair together. And there he was, coming across, intercepting and playing the ball into touch.
Yeah.
But it can go either side,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Cracker Goddard, definitely a hard player not to miss for a couple of reasons. A, controls that center of the park, that midfield very, very well. Wonderful pass out the ball, big presence in there. As we see a throw coming and a lovely header.
It's Paradise,
A
50th
beautiful
edition.
header.
The crowd here is going wild at the RUBIS Sports Centre. And as expected, Keith, Marley, we were anticipating a very tight game. Paradise with at least 55% possession, scoring that goal. Beautiful goal. Now it's 2-1 in the 35th minute.
Yeah, wonderful header on that occasion. The goalkeeper tried to anticipate it at that point. That's Sylvan Jones. He tried to read it, tried to get out to that throw, but it was a lovely throw. It came in almost like a cross, Keith. Looks like Smith, unofficially from my end, that rose highest to nod that one. Textbook header into the ground, Keith, and directly into the back of the net with lots of pace. And Paradise, they've come from behind, Keith, to take the lead in this one.
A brilliantly taken goal with the header. He rose above everyone else, and he did with nonchalance, headed the ball down and into the back of the nets. But I have to ask a question, Mark. Blackrock Masters know this ground very well, and they know if the ball is coming from the right-hand side for a corner, they have to be organized properly. And I thought that the keeper hesitated a bit, and in the end, Paradise lead on the evening by 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. I saw a little lapse there, guys, in the defense of Blackrock Masters. And sometimes when you're playing a good side, if they can sense a lapse in your defense, that's all they really need to score a goal. And that's exactly what happened with Tim Smith scoring in the 35th minute. And now it is Paradise Masters 50th edition 2, Blackrock Masters 1.
Yeah, you can poke holes probably in that one from either side there, Keith. You can probably say maybe the goalkeeper should have done better. Maybe the defense should have been a bit more aware, as you alluded to as well. But in the end, can't take away much from the finish from Smith. And Paradise, the fans here right in front of us. We've got a couple of female fans here in front of us that were very, very elated when that one hit the back of the net. And they'll be happy. They won't be picking much holes in that one. They'll be happy with that one. So 2-1, Paradise lead.
And it's amazing.
What you said is 100% true. They should have been better organized from the corner. They have to defend because Paradise are very, very well organized team. Probably one of the best teams in the whole tournament. They're always early. They always look immaculate in the kit. And the key to Masters football, when Gas and I played, may God rest him in his grave, discipline. That is the most important thing in Masters football. You have to be disciplined for the entire 50 minutes. You can't lapse. And you all made a salient point earlier, is the substitutions and the bench. So, at the moment, can Blackrock Masters come back? I'm not 100% sure. 2-1 the scoreline as we go into the closing stages of the game.
Yes, and interestingly, these two teams would have perhaps the most fans this evening, with Blackrock Masters, as we mentioned before, having the home ground advantage, and Paradise 50th edition, we know that they usually have a large following. So there are lots of people down here, standing room only at RUBIS Sports Centre, and Paradise now looking to attack. Again, ball across the 18-yard box, but danger quickly averted, and it seems, guys, as though Blackrock Masters are under some pressure.
Yeah, they're wobbling at the minute, so they need to regain their composure as soon as they can, Kelvin, in order to make sure that they stay in this one and they're not blown away from this latest wave from the Paradise Masters. It's been good football from the Paradise Masters up until this point. Really well worked on that left-hand side there. The cross, a stinging cross coming in, but it was well defended in the end from Blackrock, as we see them work it nicely, getting out of sticky position onto this left side, but it's almost pinched away. Have to be careful here, do the Blackrock Masters, as we see the Paradise side smelling blood, Keith, and really, really pressing and trying to put this game to bed.
I like the word you use, smelling blood. This game reminds me of when Blackrock Masters players, there were Black Spurs. Paradise, it was always Blackrock versus Christchurch. And you're seeing all the passion and the venom in this game. And like I told you before, lots of players here have played for Barbados. And here we come again. This is Paradise looking for goal number 3. Good collection by the keeper. And maybe some subs now will be very important. And Fly Ford and Dick Granderson will need to get a little bit more in the game, control the pace of the game, and play those leading balls. But so far, a good evening. 2-1 Paradise lead against Blackrock Masters.
Yeah, Ford and Co haven't really been able to control the play as they have been in the first half, especially on the early stage of the second. Best on the left-hand side, last 5 minutes or so, hasn't really been able to see as much as the ball as he would like either. That's much more to do with Paradise as it is to do with Blackrock, as we see Paradise come down this left-hand side once again. Ball check back. Played in. That's well defended as a foot was going on it by the defender. Blackrock are able to clear and launch a counter of their own on this left side. Are they able to do much with it though?
And the truth is, you can really see the tire legs of the Blackrock Masters. Paradise winning the majority of possession and really beginning to control the game in terms of their passes.
Yeah.
And Blackrock Masters, no doubt, Marley would be trying to at least get another goal to leave here with a draw. But if we were to talk about the point standings, will the Royalty, they're on 19 points. And the Paradise Masters 50s edition, they're on 14 points. So right now, a win will put them on 17 and put them in a very favorable position. And Blackrock Masters will be trying their best to be in the final four to at least be in the semi-finals.
Yeah, some important points up for grabs as we were discussing earlier. Very, very important points here for both sides, really. You maybe argue more so for Blackrock Masters than Paradise, but they have a game in hand, so that might well be a moot point as well too. So both sides, for varying reasons, definitely would want these points. As we see Paradise come away down this right side again. This looks like it could be menacing. Checks back onto the left. It's well defended in the end, but that looked ominous for a couple of seconds or so there, Keith. Paradise really looked as if they could cause some havoc here. And you'd have to think, if Paradise were to get a third, Keith, it's curtains.
At the moment, Paradise look the stronger team going forward. So what Blackrock Masters will need to do now tactically is play some leading balls up in front. Go for broke. There's no point sitting back looking to defend when you need that equalizer, because if Paradise should win this game, they look ominous and they look capable of finishing in the top four. Blackrock Masters desperately need to draw and get a point at least from this game. I just had Mr. Robert Boat Lashley celebrating right through Benfica with their second win. So there will be joy and harmonious stuff up in the IV this evening over by the sports shop. Congratulations to Benfica with their second win for the season.
Definitely congrats to them. And Keith, it would be remiss of us if we did not mention the Barbados women's team, who played extremely well a few nights ago, beating St. Lucia 5-1 in a friendly. And to be honest with you, Keith, you can give me your professional take on it, but I think this is probably one of the best women's teams I've seen in a long time. They played extremely well on the turf a few nights ago.
Well, I would forgive you for that comment. They played extremely well and won. But again, I don't boast about these things. But there is a gentleman. He and I started women's football at the Garrison every Tuesday and Thursday. One of the Barbados best footballers ever. Eric O'Malley Allen, outstanding player, outstanding coach, and Barbados played the first game down at Kensington Oval. I don't know if you and Marty was around at that time. You're still very young. We played Canada at Kensington, and we started off football in Barbados with Graham Adams. It's good to see that they have risen to that, claim it now, and with all these young ladies that I'm seeing here, and even the more matured ones, Mr. Oxley, Mr. Anel, and Mr. Thorne, can you get ladies football in the master section but at a different age? Have a good evening and God's blessing.
Yeah, I'm sure they heard the call, Keith. I'm sure they heard the call. Whether they can heed it is a different thing, but I'm sure they heard the call. As we go back to the live action, Paradise pressing once again, managing to win a free kick in a very menacing position here. Floyd Ford wasn't best pleased with that call, as we saw a bit of descent go unpunished there. But Paradise,
just about 19 yards out. What would you have done, Marley, if you had that kick? Would you be kicking it with the left foot to swing in, or perhaps drive it with the right?
Yeah, probably just as he did there. Would have tried to beat the wall. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to, but definitely the left-footed shot seemed to be the more menacing shot, the better route to take at that moment. As you see Paradise come away with it once again. They've really stamped their authority on the second half. They're playing it at their pace right now.
I was about to say that Paradise kind of cooling down the game, playing at their pace, and showing lots of poise, comfort, and experience on the ball. And we're seeing some tired legs from Blackrock Masters. Perhaps they need to approach the bench and get some fresher legs so that they can continue to run. But it's Fly Ford, Mr. Ford in the middle, twisting and turning, looking to create some magic. But again, the ball being dispossessed quite easily by Paradise.
Yeah, the likes of Gooding and Co in the middle of the park for Paradise have really held their hands up and taken control of this one. As we said, Blackrock Masters started extremely well, but you always felt like they probably needed a second goal in order to probably come away with a win in this one, or to come away with anything really. Paradise being the side that they are, we're always going to ask questions of them, and when those questions were inevitably asked, unfortunately, the Blackrock Masters came up wanting thus far, because there's still a little bit of time left, and who knows, you never know in football. But Paradise have really been dominant in the second half, really coming to the fore, doing stuff like this, really good possession, consistent possession, Keith. Commentators curse as soon as they say that they pass the ball away, but generally they've been extremely good this half and done extremely well.
Well, the thing here, when you play down here at the RUBIS ground, you have to play the ball out wide. That is the key. You have to spread the ball. You can't come through the middle all the time. Once you come wide, you will bring out the center backs, and you would also involve one of the defensive midfield players, and that will give an opening to take a shot. And that is what Blackrock Masters have not done. That is why I say they're missing Cracker Goddard, for he will shoot from outside.
Definitely.
And that is something that Masters football need. One or two players in your squad who could pull shots. Kevin, can you pull a shot from outside?
I'm a long-range shooter. But again, it is quite evident with a few more minutes to go. Blackrock Masters playing a relatively defensive style of football, as though they're leading. I would say if I were to be part of management, I would be telling them to press forward, at least try and get a goal, play as offensively as possible, whether they score or not. What is there to lose, Marley?
Yeah, I'm not sure even if that's something that's purposely done on their part. Is maybe they put so much into the game at this point, they don't even necessarily have the legs to even chase the game as they would want to. So, and also, as we were mentioning earlier, Paradise has been keeping the ball and passing it pretty well. And as you would know, Keith, very well, when another side does that to you, when you are chasing the ball and they have that possession, it takes a lot out of you chasing it around and trying to close down players. So I'm sure they would definitely like to be a bit more offensive, but it's just not there at the minute.
So again, though, Keith, sorry for crossing you. We have a key, and we don't have an owner. The key is a Prestige remote key, and it was found, it was brought to the commentator's booth. If you have lost a car key, perhaps we have it. Come and claim it. Back to sweet football, Keith.
Well, yes, the football has been sweet, but at the end of the game, unless Blackrock Masters can get that equalizer within inside the next 5 minutes, they're going to be struggling to finish in the top four. This is a key match for them, and at the moment, Paradise, the better team on the evening so far. Fly forward, trying to pull the strings for Dick Granderson down the left. Lovely ball through, but in the end, Paradise, organized defensively and in midfield, has averted the danger, and they will have to try again. Blackrock Masters 1, Paradise 2.
Yeah, so
Well,
Paradise
they just have about 2 minutes or so to create that magic and perhaps get a draw. A draw somehow would upset the points table. Oh, we found the key. Good. We found the owner of the key, and he's quite happy now he can get home. He doesn't have to catch the transport board bus. So much respect to him and to the person who found it, their honesty in bringing it to the commentator's booth.
All right, so almost finishing this one, Keith, as the seconds tick away, and we see Paradise run it down. control this one. And right on cue, there's the final whistle. So very, very professional display from the Paradise Masters, as we see a vociferous applause from their supporters. Lots and lots of supporters on this near side. So congratulations to the Paradise team. Very, very well played. Congratulations to their fans as well.
And you would notice that the ladies here in front of us, man, they're having a ball.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming out and supporting the players. And we hope that one day soon we'll be seeing you ladies in your outfits, stylish with panache and skill and goals. Blessings to each and every one on this Palm Sunday evening.
Yeah, so wonderful, wonderful display from Paradise Keith. Professional display from them. They went a goal down. They didn't panic. The signs of a good side, Kelvin. They continue to knock it around, continue to trust in their own ability, and in the end managed to get the equalizer and then go on to win it in the second half. So very, very good display from them, and their compliments of those 3 points move on to 17 points. So they're just 2 points off the lead, 2 points off of the royalty at this point, having played one game more, and they leapfrog Trent's Masters in second. So very, very, very good victory and very, very important 3 points for the Paradise Masters, and well played to them.
Yes, and up next we have Map West Haggett Hall. They're the home team, and they will be playing against Exactly United.
Just a quick announcement before we move on to the second game, and some advertisements. Sorry to find it. With the driver of XA2563, can you please move your vehicle? Thank you, man. XA2563, you're blocking in someone at this point. Can you please move your vehicle? We're gonna say goodbye for a little bit. Go away, pay some bills. Just a couple of advertisements, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more scintillating football action in just a few.
The Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. Bimfc presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Minot Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours.
This one bringing together Mavericks in the blue jerseys. They're up against Carlton-ATP, Age to Perfection. That's what ATP stands for. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Alongside me this evening, Mr. Kelvin Scott. And the maestro Keith Grell Griffith is about to depart, I believe. We may get parting shots from him. But at this point in time, Kelvin riding shotgun. And yours truly to take you through this particular match of the evening. Final game of the encounters here at the RUBIS Sports Club, Brighton, Blackrock, St Michael, Barbados in the West Indies, west of the Bridgetown capital. At present 0-0. The Carlton-ATP team in their yellow jerseys this evening, and we'll look to get 3 points here, because getting 3 points here helps them to climb the table and head towards 7 points, and they'll be leapfrogging perhaps over all of we if they can get a few more goals as well. We say good evening to Louis and the rest of the crew joining us here. 0-0 the score, and it is the Mavericks team with the possession, kicking from left to right on our screens. Carlton-ATP going from right to left, and a little bit tame in the first couple of minutes, Kelvin, but I'm sure with the class and quality that we have on the field of play, all top players plus ex-international players equals to goals, I believe. There should be goals in this one, Kelvin. Good evening.
Well, definitely. Trevor, good evening to you viewers at home. Good evening to the nice and healthy crowd here at RUBIS. And as you mentioned before, the sun now has gone down a bit. The players are playing in a much cooler temperature, and we're expecting some good, decent football here in the over 50s tournament.
Yeah, we certainly are. The teams this evening. Goalkeeper for Carlton, Tennyson Mings. He's working with a back three or maybe even a back four of Philip Temple from left to right, playing 11. John Hawksworth, the former Barbados captain, number 14 in the centre, and Richard Woodruff taking care of the right-hand side. Across the middle of their midfield, a nice and very talented midfield in Scott Cooley, 13, Cody Mark, 8, and James Kay wearing the number 12. Dropping into a very solid defensive spot will be Kenny Seeley with the number 4. Up front, a front trio of Michael Grant, 15, Sean Maloney, 2, and Kent Hall spearheading the Carlton-ATP Age to Perfection 35 team. For Mavericks 35s, a very accomplished keeper in Morrison Taylor. Many caps for Barbados and an excellent shot stopper. They go with a back three consisting of Dwayne Peters on the left wing, 6, Ezekiel Scantlebury, 14, and Stephen Dawson, the number 10, on the right-hand side of that defence. In the middle of the midfield, they pack the midfield because they know Carlton have quality, with Sergio Clark, 4, Jason Boyce, 2, Paul Alexander, 13, and Kurt Beckles. In fact, Damian Grandison ran 18, and up top, Dave Norville, 8, and Kurt Beckles, number 11. Corner kick, floated in, easily taken by Morrison Taylor, the 6'3" keeper. Floats one with the left foot all the way up the pitch, looking for the fast break. Cut out at the back, and ATP in possession on the right, the left-hand side. They go all the way back to goalkeeper Mings, clears his lines. Kent Hall with the takedown, and the control lets him down. You won't see that very often from Kent. He's not warming up though, Kelvin, in all fairness, but that one came over the head. He did the fancy Rivellino trap. Didn't work out very well, but you'll show there it is again. The skill now is back there with the defender Philip Temple. Floats one far side, but of course Kent Hall, class among class.
Definitely a skillful player. I would have played for Barbados. Former Paradise player, and now he's rolling back the years where football is concerned. Special good evening to my road tennis commentator and friend from G-Lane, John Vic Chandler, who decided to
known also
visit.
as the handler,
also known as the handler,
and a top DJ too.
He eased in on us, Trevor.
He eased in.
I did not even see him. But back to sweet football, we have the 6'3" Morrison Taylor, hailing from St Andrew. We played some football together in our younger years, and now he's here commanding the back of the field.
So
again, the skillful Kent Hall showing class. Trevor.
Kent always has that in him too. So down the right go the APP team, 3-4 touches on it. They're taunting and teasing, but Mavericks are good enough to hold off that pressure and come out of their defense with Grandison. Ball down the left-hand side for Mavericks. We'll look to cut towards the near post. The 1-2 play. It's a beautiful ball down the left. Chasing behind it. Can he reach it in time? Yes, he can. Looks to play it all the way back as a bit of a reset. Then the ball goes across the far side, and that's easy for Tennyson Mings to keep an eye on. Although it means that Mavericks, with all their efforts, have won themselves a corner kick on just about 8 minutes. I think it's actually the first corner kick for Mavericks over that side of the field for sure. We know CSI will pick up those statistics with Kelvin and myself mapping and writing and making sketches and to keep you informed here, folks. But you are watching the 2023 Bimfc's Obos League Football Invitational Tournament. Obl-Fit shot comes in, and a brilliant save by Mings, going high and tipping that one over the crossbar. They're under pressure, the Carlton-ATP, but Mings to the rescue like Batman through the air, plucks that one out of the air and flicks it over the top. 0-0 the score between Mavericks in the blue and Carlton-ATP in the yellow jerseys.
Yeah, so again, Trevor, you realize that Mavericks with 2 corner kicks to the game and Carlton-ATP with 1. And corners don't necessarily win the game, but as it relates to possession, Mavericks certainly sharing a large percentage of the possession here this evening, as the temperature is dropped a bit and the players are playing in a much cooler, some much cooler conditions here Beautiful football. Trevor, lots of goals this evening. This game in the 9th minute has not produced a goal as yet, but I'm sure goals are coming.
Well, we hope they are. We hope that at the BFA Turf Building there are also goals. We know in the 4 p.m. encounter, that was a ding-dong battle. Here's Kent Hall into Seeley, Kenny Seeley. Hall again, floats one inside. Seeley with the connection, plays it wide, finding Philip Tempro. And Tempro fouled in the process. Sadiq Hill, our referee this evening, is right on the spot to call it. And therefore, on 10 minutes, the Carlton-ATP with a free kick. This one, 35, in fact, about 40 yards out. And they'll look to float this one inside or perhaps even get the shot on goal, because it's with John Hawksworth. Right foot drive, far post, chance to connect, but he ran out of real estate there as the ball went over the touchline. 10 minutes in, Kelvin, 0-0 the score between Mavericks and Carlton. Age to perfection, ATP. We have a thriller on our hands this evening, Kelvin.
Yeah, so 4 shots coming in, nothing threatening to Taylor. And that one from John Hawksworth, looking to find the 6'4" player, perhaps just to get a head on it. A little touch, probably a deflection, would have caused some trouble. And now it's Morrison using his weaker foot, the right foot, and clearing that ball. A very equal set of football here this evening. It's Kent Hall. Danger easily averted. On ball, tassel there by Alexander. Ball going out for a throw.
So
still in play, rather. Camera angle giving me some trouble.
So Mavericks in possession in their own defense. Under more pressure from Kent Hall. They've given away the possession by putting the ball over the touchline. We're just about 12 or so minutes into this one. And at present, the Carlton pressing and probing. But the Mavericks holding tight. And therefore, 0-0 the score between Mavericks in the blue jerseys and Carlton-ATP.
Yes, a 50-50 possession. None of the teams are really looking threatening at this point of time, but it's still early in the game. We're in the 12th minute. For those of you at home who now log on, and those of you who now come to the arena here at RUBIS, in the blue jerseys, black pants, it's Mavericks. And in the bright fluorescent green, I hope I'm getting my colors right. These women would correct me if I'm wrong. In the fluorescent green is Carlton, ATP. My good friend in front of me is calling it a fusion green. ATP standing for age to perfection. And that's you, Trevor?
Yeah, definitely. Ball across the box, flick, trying to get the flick involved there, but Kenny Seeley can't get onto it. Ball with Mavericks on the right-hand side. They'll look to probe and search into the middle of the field. It's a decent ball as well. Towards the edge of the box now, looking for that little 1-2 to open that door and allow for the shot. Comes across the far side, and it'll be a throw-in to restart this one. 13 on our clocks here as the sun continues to drift down to the west, and the two teams continue to battle for all 3 points here this evening. But for sure, Carlton, 3 points for them, and they would ease on up the table, and they will be overstepping, in fact stepping over all the way if they can get the goal difference up, of course. But 3 points was always something that is needed here as we head towards round number 4.
And somehow, Trevor, Kent Hall is having a lot of possession. This ball is going to him quite regularly, and he is making a mess of the Mavericks right back, looking to penetrate this area and perhaps put the Carlton-ATP in a favorable position. The referee Sadiq Hill is requesting the ball. It's a drop ball. Ball to the goalkeeper now, and Mavericks seem to be now getting the team set up in the way they wanted. Mavericks on the run in the 6-yard box. A little tussle, but ball easily won by Carlton-ATP, and the danger averted.
All right, so collision occurring there. Free kick then to Carlton. Bang on the half line. Into the 15th minute we go. Final game of the evening. 8 matches experienced this evening. 3 35 and over, and 5 50 and over matches as well. And as we look to give you the classified results very shortly, Mavericks in possession in the final third of the field, as the teams continue, in fact, players continue to greet one another. Some of them haven't seen one another for a couple of years during that COVID break, but now for sure they're able to fist bump, shake hands, and sometimes even give a hug here and there. Good to see everyone out and running again. Remember, next week, all matches on to Saturday. Your fixtures will come out as soon as we finish here this evening. The fixtures should fly. Take a peek at the social media handles, Bimfc Masters on the YouTube channel, Bimfc 246 on Instagram, and also Trevor Thorne Scores to get your fixtures for next week. Easter weekend, all matches on Saturday, so that you have your Good Friday off, Easter Sunday off, and Easter bank holiday off as well. All matches Saturday evening at the RUBIS Sports Club, right here at Brighton, Blackrock, St. Michael. So pay special attention to that. All fixtures for this coming weekend are on Saturday here at RUBIS, starting from 2 p.m. and running all the way up to 5 p.m. 2 pitches, 4 matches on each pitch. So come on through. 17 on the clocks here. 0-0 the score between these two big McGuffies. Mavericks 35s in the blue and Carlton-ATP in the fluorescent green. As the ladies continue to grace us with their presence, Kelvin,
Lovely.
keep your eye on the football.
My eyes are on the football. Special good evening to Russell Norville, a good friend, and he plays for the Empire Over 40s. They're presently leading the other tournament. But sweet football here. My name is Kelvin Scott. I'm with the veteran, my mentor, on Trevor Thorne. And next to me, he's taking a little vacation. Keith Grell-Griffith, special good evening to him. A stalwart commentator in both road tennis and football. And now we are distracted a bit in a good way. Mings coming to the edge of his 18-yard box with a long throw, looking for one of his Carlton players. Ball again on the feet of Kent Hall. He's the maestro, the head orchestrator in this particular game, and a lot of the balls are going through him. But nothing special has happened as yet on either team. So 18 minutes on the clock. And Mavericks 0, Carlton-ATP 0. So Mavericks on the attack, on the far end, right side coming in. And ball being kicked away. And now it's a goal kick to Carlton-ATP. Ball to the big, strong 6'3" Morrison Taylor. And Carlton perhaps coming in as favorites. But if we were to read the stats, Trevor, they're both on 4 points. One in 3rd position, the other one in 5th. Carlton-ATP in 3rd position, and Mavericks in 5th position here in this tournament.
So yeah, nice tussle on our hands here, Kelvin, because as you said, points up for grabs. Not too many matches left in the preliminaries. The top 4 go to a semi-final playoff where 1st place 4th and 2nd place 3rd, and then the winners into the final. The losers will huddle for a 3rd place playoff or so, but you want to get to the final because that's where the real sweets are. That's Tempo with the shot, retrieves his own shot and plays it into the midfield. Strong tackle coming in from the Carlton-ATP man on the blind side of the defender. We're just about 20 minutes on our clocks here, heading towards the half-time whistle. Mavericks 0, Carlton-ATP 0, and a whole second half of action to come. I'm sure they'll need some fresh instructions to see who's going to break down whose defense. But what we can say is that there'll be a lot more to look forward to in the second half. Ball all the way back to goalkeeper
Morrison Taylor. A lot of balls coming at him this evening, but nothing threatening that would put him under any pressure.
So ball in off over on the touchline for a throw-in to Carlton. Nice crowd building here for the final game as well. I'm sure this will bring joy if the ball goes into the back of the nets on any end for the neutral. But of course for the fans, they would want their own team to score a goal. We say a pleasant good evening to our tech team who are doing an excellent job to bring this one to you on the YouTube channel, Bimfc Masters. Don't forget to go on to the social media handles and like and subscribe to us, please, because that's the way we get the followers, and also that's the way we get our sponsors to come on board. As we say, a pleasant evening to the RUBIS family, who've also come on board to sponsor in their own way and allow us to use the facility at some reasonable rates as well. We come back next week and many more weeks as well. Included in that is the 26th to the 29th of May for the International Bimfc 2023. Lots of teams are booking and looking to jet into Barbados to try to take away those trophies and prizes which the Bajans have their hands on. Both Bela Masters in the 40s as well as the Paradise Masters 50s edition in the 50s, and of course a brand new 35s categories looking to be opened for the international as well. These 6 teams will be invited back, and hopefully we'll have some teams out of UK and USA to join them in that 4-day weekend tournament as well.
Yes, Trevor, and you may not have me here in commentary on some of those matches because I'll be playing with the Caribbean United team out of Queens in New York. They're coming in for that tournament. Ooh. And I'll be playing with that team, so Keith will finally get to see me on the pitch, either twisting and turning or perhaps even hurting myself, Jerry. But I'll be out there. Big anticipation for that particular tournament. Kudos to Bimfc for hosting this tournament here. And the truth is, Trevor, is that when we look at the pitch with these 2 games playing, it is reminiscent of the International Masters. The surroundings down here is very beautiful, and this is just a glimpse of the International Masters. So get your teams ready. This is going to be sweet football in May.
Yep, players get ready, management gets ready, fans get ready, and everyone else get ready as well. 26th to the 29th of May 2023, just over a month and a piece. And we'll be kicking some international stuff. This ball down the right-hand side for Mavericks. Has he calibrated? Well, yes, he has. They've completed the triangle. Mavericks coming out of their defense, only to be robbed a bit on the right-hand side. ATP in connection. We'll go to the right-hand side. Find Cody Marr. Cuts inside. Floats one inside to the man that's always waiting for that ball to be played through Kenny Seeley. He slipped into an offside spot. He can't see it because the official is behind him. And the score remains 0-0 between Mavericks in the blue and Carlton-ATP in the fluorescent green. Kicking from right to left, that's Carlton. Mavericks going in the opposite direction, left to right. And the ball into the night sky as Mavericks will defend. Good defensive work, but they've given away possession. Cody Mark again, now in possession, spreads it down the left. The tackle comes in. And a man that plays,
strong tackle.
A man that plays 50s football as well, you know, Philip Tempro. He tumbles.
I'm realizing that, and the referee Sadiq Hill says no to such a challenge. So it's a free kick to Carlton-ATP, and John Hawksworth positions himself behind the ball. Perhaps Trevor, he's looking for a similar player, where he's going to look for a taller player. Nope. Finding Kent Hall. Ball inside the box. Well, parried away by the 6'3" Morrison Taylor. And that was a good opportunity just on the brink of half. But nothing special happening with that opportunity. So now at halftime, it's Carlton-ATP 0, Mavericks 0.
Let me know when you're ready. So with 25 minutes on the clock, we head to the halftime whistle. And of course, we'll line those advertisements up for you. Thank you very much to RUBIS Sports Club as well for coming on board and lending some assistance with the 2 pitches. And of course, the pavilion and the staff as well. We want to say thank you very much for that support, and we look forward to many more evenings like this one at the RUBIS Sports Club as we get ready for half-time here. Of course, we're 0-0, Mavericks 0, the fluorescent green of Carlton-ATP 0.
And we're paging Adrian Pretty to the commentator's booth. You're needed, not wanted. So that's Adrian Pretty from BlackRock Masters. We need you right here at the commentator's booth as a matter of urgency.
All right, so we head to half-time and we come back in just a few minutes' time. Don't move a muscle. It's the 2023 Bimfc's All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, Obl-Fit.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George, and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament Obl-Fit for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Rates and weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details. Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BimFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. Bimfc presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
So kick from midfield, John Oxworth, but ball being well penetrated by Paul Alexander. No threat at all to the Mavericks defense. So it's a throw by Carlton-ATP. And some nice simple touches of ball being dispossessed. One back. The skillful Cody Mark looking to create some magic here. Ball coming in, well taken by Mings. Nothing of significance with that particular pass. Ball high into the air. Some nice possession. I'm here now joined by my fellow road tennis commentator, John Chandler. He's here for his first day of observation. He may switch sports and join us soon. So it's 3 road tennis commentators all seated in the football booth. So it's about 55-45 possession with Carlton-ATP winning the majority of possession here. But still the score remaining in the 29th minute, Carlton-ATP 0, Mavericks 0. Now welcoming back to the commentary booth is no other than Trevor Thorne. Went away for a bit to deal with some administrative stuff. And as we mentioned before, in the Fusion Green is a Carlton-ATP, and in the blue is Mavericks. Score still remaining 0-0. The game had a lot of anticipation of skill and perhaps goals, but nothing spectacular so far in the 30th minute. And now it's Mavericks on the attack. Ball easily dispossessed by Carlton-ATP. Cody Mark to be exact. Game getting a bit physical. And the referee Sadiq Hill is keeping good control over this game. Damian Granderson finding his teammate. Good trick, but that one would have been offside. The number 18, Damian Granderson, finding himself in an offside position. Skent Hall, the tricky player. Most of the balls playing through him for Carlton-ATP. And it's a foul awarded to Carlton. Both teams teasing and testing the other, but nothing of significance happening in the 6-yard box or even in the 18-yard box to create any special excitement, Trevor. Shot coming in. And that's a goal, the first goal of the game in the 31st minute. Separating the scores now. So it's Carlton-ATP 1 and Mavericks 0.
Yeah, Carlton creating lots of problems for Mavericks, and we believe Hawksworth, in fact that's Richard Woodruff, I think he's wearing number 14, and he's put the ball into the back of the nets there, so for sure, fluorescent green, whatever you want to call it, they're leading. It's goal, green for goal for Carlton-ATP. Carlton-ATP 1, Mavericks 0 in this, the 35 and overs category of the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, put on by the administrators of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, Bimfc. Congratulations to the chairman of Bimfc, now rises to prominence as the president of the Empire Club, Pavilion Road, Bank House, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies. Over 100 years old, that club Empire. Now headed by the man in the red jersey this evening. I really blew to it, by the way. Melvin really read as a fashion statement. Melvin Ibo Oxley is
Yes,
the chairman.
Trevor, and speaking of jerseys, I will say no more on that topic of
I got you.
jerseys.
I got you. Don't you worry about a thing. 32 on our clocks, ball down the right. Out comes the keeper, and the whistle has gone to save his life there because the trap had been set. And no need for the striker to pull the trigger there.
And Mings is always ready to leave his box and come and clear that ball, averting any danger that may come his way. So sweet football in the midway of the game, you might say. It's Carlton-ATP 1 and Mavericks 0, or rather the middle of the second half. Game a bit lackluster, not perhaps having as much excitement as anticipated, but I'm sure in the dying minutes we're going to get a very intense set of football from both teams.
Yep, so Carlton continue to set the trap. Mavericks falling into it, offside and things of that sort. And they're going to need to put together a couple of passes here to really make a dent in the Carlton-ATP defense. Not happening right now because Kenny Seeley, Cody Mark, and Scott Cooley putting an end to the Mavericks' attacks almost all the time. And of course, you still have to get past the likes of Tennyson Mings if you're going to try to score. So at present, Mings, the former Brindisill FC top goalkeeper, and he's obviously found where he's really come to ball again into the box here, cut square, chance at far post, and the touch was a little bit off the pace, allowing for the defender to get back first. Otherwise that could easily have been Carlton too. But for sure, the likes of Richard Woodruff showing that he's a pain in the you-know-where to the Mavericks team.
And I really thought he would have pulled that shot there, Trevor, as opposed to passing it, but
he went for the pass instead.
He opted for the pass, and perhaps that's what worked to the demise of that particular attack. But now it's Mavericks looking to do some magic of their own. Long searching ball, but danger easily averted. Ball to Cody Mark in the center. He has really been making his mark in this over 35 category. Between him and Kent Hall, touching the ball the most. Ball now to number 18, Damian Grandison. And I'm sure that Carlton-ATP will be looking to hold on to this lead with just about 14 more minutes to go in this encounter. So at this time, we want to say a good evening to Keith Grell-Griffith, who will be leaving us. Keith, we are hoping you get home safely. And thanks for your time.
Blessings on this Palm Sunday, and to each and everyone, travel safely and God's blessing on you. Look forward to being with you again for Easter. Take care.
Thank you, Keith.
So Mavericks with the ball down the left this time. Still a bit choppy. They're not really connecting those passes to get rid of the Carlton-ATP defense. But what they are doing is winning a few free kicks. This one to be floated far side. Over comes Mings. Easy to take on a Sunday afternoon, almost like strolling on the beach. Picks this one and distributes a 45-yard throw up the pitch. Immediately into Cody Mark it goes to the Carlton-ATP team to get some possession. Kenny Seeley tracking it down and the ball over the touchline, throwing to Carlton on the right. In towards Mark, up towards the strike force of the ATP team. They're dispossessed. Mavericks coming out of their defense on the left. A nice nimble dribble, and now the through pass as well. Helped on, but out comes Mings and picks cleanly. Just about 37 or so minutes on our clocks here. Will it be a case of Carlton moving away with all 3 points, having scored the first goal, or will Mavericks come charging back for the final moments in this, the final game of the evening on the YouTube stream? Ball all the way back to goalkeeper Morrison Taylor. He floats it left side, and the ball over the touchline again. Stop and start, obviously here, because Mavericks not as precise as we would want them to be, but I'm sure they'll probably try to get their game together in the final moments of this one. Otherwise, Carlton will move away with all 3 points here this evening and climb closer and closer to the top. It's time to get to the top of the table, because the top 4 teams go into a playoff. First will play a fourth, second will play a third. If you're looking at the 50s, a different kettle of fish. You have 11 teams in it. 8 teams will go forward. The 4 at the top will play for the cup. The 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th will play for the plate. So everybody tussling for a spot, especially next weekend, as we play all of our matches on Saturday, the bank holiday, Easter Saturday that would be, and giving you the time off on Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and of course bank holiday Monday as well. So all matches at the RUBIS Sports Club next Saturday evening, starting from 2. And if you haven't had a 2 o'clock yet, you're likely to get a 2 o'clock next week, because we want to be fair to everyone. The teams that would have played 2 o'clock this week will certainly not play at 2 o'clock next week for sure. So we juggle, and we make sure that you're all in order. As my guys enjoy a beverage here on the commentary table of the Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSI. That stands for Commentator Sports Incorporated, John, and not Crime Scene Investigation on top of the 40th minute.
Yes, you have to be very careful with John. But what I was going to mention earlier, Trevor, is how Mings controls his box. He's very mobile and agile. Same thing for Morrison Taylor, but unfortunately, a goal has passed him already for the evening. So in the 39th minute, it's Carlton-ATP 1, Mavericks 0. And if you're now joining us, perhaps overseas, the team in blue is Mavericks, and the team in fusion green is Carlton-ATP. And ATP, John, stands for Age to Perfection.
So yes, we continue to have fun with these acronyms. But of course, it makes it easier for the commentator to say ATP than Age to Perfection. You get it off the tip of the tongue rather quickly. So ball down the right, down the left-hand side. Shot coming in. Oh, easy for Mings to let slide by his right-hand post. And all the way into touch. You'd love it if that continues to be that way. 40 on our clocks here at CSI. And ATP continue to lead 1-0
and Trevor,
over Mavericks.
With 6 shots on goal in the second half, you would be expecting perhaps Mavericks to have a goal, but only one of those shots out of the 6, and that's the stats from CSI Stats Room. Only one of those shots was actually on goal, and the other 5 not bothering Mings at all. And that's the beautiful thing about football. It's good to take shots, but they have to be on target. And as a coach once said, Billy Hurley, a goal is really a pass between the uprights. Mings controlling his box. Now in Mavericks, that's the player that they call Zidane. We're missing that maestro touch. 7th shot just going to the left of Mings, not really troubling him in any dangerous way. So in the 41st minute, as we said before, the team in yellow, or rather the fusion green, John, you have to learn your colors. That's a Carlton-ATP. And in the light blue and black shorts is Mavericks. So it's John Oxworth with a long searching ball on this shortened version of the football field, finding his teammate in the skillful Kent Hall, twisting and turning the midfield. Ball goes to Cody Mark. Cody Mark now looking to penetrate the defense of Mavericks and perhaps getting a second goal, which will be a cushion goal. And they would move, if they win this game, from 4th position, or rather 3rd position, higher up the table. They will be moving from 4 points to 7 and will put them in a very favorable position to remain among the semi-finalists.
So ball into the Mavericks defense. They'll come out and spread it into the middle of the midfield. Still in possession, Mavericks looking for that all-elusive equalizer. Heading into the 43rd, perhaps even the 44th minute from referee Sadiq Hill. And still no signs of a goal for the men in the blue jerseys, trimmed with black shorts and black socks, called Mavericks. ATP, in tactical terms, if they hold on to the ball a lot more, whether they make progress or not up the field, then they automatically take all 3 points, because then Mavericks cannot score. But if they give the ball away to Mavericks, Mavericks have a chance of getting that equalizer. They go down the right-hand side now, as we say good evening to Frankie. And we'll speak in a few minutes, Frankie, for sure. Don't go anywhere. And the ball down the right. Mavericks in possession again, looking to really squeeze the life out of Carlton-ATP as they've won themselves a free kick. This one 22 yards out on the right-hand side for Mavericks. Set piece. In fact, it's a throw-in. Go long. Up into the box it goes. Out comes Mings. He's in no man's land. He's made a bad decision to come. He's gone back onto his line now. And therefore, Mings will be under some pressure. Here comes Mavericks. Sadiq Hill says nothing doing. He's only 3 yards away. He can tell. Looked like a shout for me. A good shout too. But Mings is in a better position than me, because I'm probably about 35 yards away. And Mings is only 3 yards away. Kelvin?
Yeah, so
tough call, but what do you think?
It's a no-foul call from Sadiq Hill, who's officiating the game. But it was a very close one, as you said, Trevor. And Mavericks beginning to intensify their fight, perhaps looking to pull back a goal with the next 6 minutes left in this game. It's Carlton-ATP 1, Mavericks in blue 0. With a few more minutes to go. No doubt, Carlton-ATP playing against the clock, looking to at least stabilize this game with this 1-goal lead. Ball coming in, dissecting the defense, well taken by Mings. The 8th shot of this second half, but nothing penetrating the tight hands of Carlton goalkeeper Mings. Long searching ball again, from one goalkeeper to the next. And Morrison Taylor using that left foot, stretching it. Again from one goalkeeper to the next. Ball coming across the goal mouth, looking dangerously. And danger seemed to be averted quite easily by Carlton. Game beginning to take up some pace in these dire minutes. Mavericks looking to at least get a consolation goal and deny Carlton the opportunity to advance in the table standings. So it's Mings holding the ball, coming to the edge of his 18-yard box and throwing it downfield, looking for Woodruff, the goal scorer. He scored in the 31st minute and changed the entire complexion of the game. So it's beautiful football, and we're just reminding you that on the 26th of May, we will have the International Masters Tournament with an array of teams from all over the world. We'll be gathered right here in Barbados as part of our tourism product, where sports is concerned, to enjoy this beautiful game called football.
So as we get ready to depart this location and head towards the next assignment, which will go on Hot 95.3 FM tonight at 8:30. Empire Club up against Weymouth Wales at the BFA Turf Wildy in the Premier League. Here's next week's fixtures. Listen carefully, but also go to the social media handles to get it. At 2, exactly Unified 50s against RX Pro Vintage Masters 50s, 2 p.m. RUBIS Sports Club home field. At 2. In fact, we'll come back to that in a moment, because here's the ball across the box, clearance made. as we
Let's
concentrate on this particular matchup. What we'll do is we'll send those fixtures out as soon as we finish here about Easter Saturday Special. That's what it's called. The Easter Saturday Special will be unveiled as soon as we finish here this evening, but it entails 4 matches on the far side called the away field and 4 matches on the home side, which is nearest to us. It will happen next Saturday. Stand by for your fixture for next Saturday evening. You're either playing at 2, 3, 4 or 5 p.m. That's good enough for now. By the time we finish here, those fixtures will be posted on the social medias. So you're getting them long before our deadline of Wednesday night, midnight. You'll get them tonight, Sunday night. Give you 6 to 7 days to plan your strategy against the next opposition for Easter Saturday Special in the Bimfc's All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, abbreviated Obl-Fit. And it's both an over 35s tournament and over 50s right here at the RUBIS Sports Club, Brighton, Blackrock, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean, west of Bridgetown. Last 2 minutes on the spot. Kelvin Scott.
Yes, Trevor.
Who's going to win it?
Well, Trevor, based on the stats so far, Carlton-ATP, they're certainly aging to perfection. That's what ATP stands for, and they're playing some really beautiful football here. But you will realize that Mavericks have now employed the legs of Ricky Greenidge, and they're looking to penetrate this right side and perhaps look for this equalizer. Lots of twisting and turning, but danger easily averted. The crowd goes wild as this is the 4th corner of the game being awarded now to Mavericks. So can there be some magic in the dire minute of the game? Ball coming in, long corner, but headed away from the attacker and cleared out to the defense. Danger well averted, and Carlton again with the ball, looking to perhaps make a last-minute ditch to secure this game, leading already by 1-0. John Oxworth, Kent Hall, Cody Mark, some very experienced names in this lineup, really controlling the game for Carlton-ATP, putting Mavericks under some pressure.
So yeah, final moments in this one. It will take a brave man to say that Carlton won't hold on to all 3 points here, but Mavericks, I'm banking on you to do some damage to this defense shot coming across. And that one, I think, going to the outside of the goal there. So the score remains 1-0. Carlton-ATP 35-1. Mavericks 35-0. Final seconds as we tick across 50 on the CSI transmission here this evening on our YouTube channel, Bimfc Masters. Remember those social media handles: the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic on Facebook. On Instagram it's Bimfc246 or Trevor Thorne Scores, and the Bimfc Masters YouTube channel, which you need to like and subscribe to get the notifications whenever we're on. That's the final drive across the line there, Kelvin. Also the final whistle. Also the final serve, John. It's an ace.
Yes,
it is an ace because it's 1-0 to the men from Carlton-ATP. Age to perfection over Mavericks. The final.
Yes, special good evening to Ronaldo Fenty, pass left back for Barbados. A good friend of mine. He's going to be playing in the International Masters as long as he's available. I want to say a special good evening as well to young Curtis Odell.
So as we get set to break this one down for the final time this evening and on this weekend, remember, stand by, look out for those fixtures coming out very shortly, and they will dictate that we're here next Saturday for 8 matches, 4 on the far side, 4 on the near side, both over 35s and 50s mixed together. You know the lime is going to be extra cool because we play in the evening and head right into the sunset as well. We will go to a few ads, but don't go anywhere. We are about to line up a very special interview. Stay tuned. A couple of ads, I believe, will go first, and then we come right back with a special interview with a top person, very, very top of the charts, doing all of the things that are needed to do to bring Bimfc live and direct via the YouTube channel every single weekend. And of course, we want to have a few words to discuss the Bimfc as well. So as soon as we find that particular person, we'll come right back. We will head for a couple of advertisements. I'm almost sure, but speaking to my producer, we're going to the ads first, or the advertisements first, and then we come back with the interview very, very shortly. Stay tuned, folks. We haven't gone anywhere. Join us right after these.
RUBIS, get cooking! RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS? At RUBIS, get going!
ATMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSI, and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, Bimfc, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. Bimfc presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist. And we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Lord Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours.
And a pleasant evening to one and all. Final moments of the evening in the broadcast of the Bimfc's All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament. And it's my pleasure as Vice Chairman of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc to invite to the microphones the head honcho, the man that calls a lot of these shots, has the vision to bring the partnership together between himself, Julian Annell, and yours truly in the first instance to create the triangle, bringing to life Bimfc a couple of years ago, and how far we have grown, Ibo, since that time. Melvin Ibo Oxley, the chairman of Bimfc, as we say, good evening to you. How much we've grown and how much trials we've gone through
And we're still here. And we're still producing. And we still have a brand new tournament coming the 26th to the 29th of May 2023. Are you holding on to your shirt, Theo? You got the presidency of the Empire Club as well. Full support without any opposition at all. Of course, your vision is paramount, Skipper. Whenever you say it's going to do what's going to happen, you create it. And we just bring the ideas and you bring it to life. Pleasant evening to you. Thank you for choosing to bring Bimfc to life as well. Melvin, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Trevor. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me in. First of all, let me thank all the fans that we have created since 2019. I want to thank you all for allowing us to bring the great game of football to you on a master's level. We would always try to continue to do the best we can for masters, because a master, you become a masterpiece. And you should be treated with tender, loving care. And that's all I'm about. I also want to touch on our club, Trevor, the Mighty Blues, Empire Club, Pavilion Road Bank Hall. A lot of you have heard about the club already and its championships, but there's a lot more history in the club. 109 years and going strong. It takes a lot of work to keep a club like that, and every year to elevate it to a new level. And I want to thank the members of Empire Club for allowing me to kind of steer the ship on down the road for the foreseeing future. We have a lot of work to do. So as my great friend Chris Williams would always say, I have changed your name from Ibo to I do. And that's what we're about doing.
Superb. In about a month and a half time, we're heading for another Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, Bimfc, the 2023 version. You've been around the United States campaigning that team should come to Barbados. I even joined you on a couple of occasions. We played the 7 and 8-a-side football in Orlando, Florida. We're headed a little bit more east as well to promote the sport. And what are you expecting for this year's tournament? Do you think it'll be a bumper crowd?
Well, to be honest, Trev, it will be, but the most beautiful part about that is that you're not only approached by teams that want to come, but there are those fans that are more excited than teams to come right now. And to my great surprise, when we were in Savannah to the last 8-a-side tournament, the Savannah Bear Cup in Savannah, Georgia, I was approached by a gentleman that lives overseas. And he says to me, you know I do watch Masters on YouTube. You do know that, right? I said, huh? He said, yeah, I'm telling you. So that tells you that what you all are doing here is also reaching out to the fans far and beyond. In the US over here, we have some prospective teams, but as always, with most teams, they always look into the spring season for when those tickets start to come down. Yeah. So sometimes you will get a question, well, how many teams you have coming? I said, to be honest with you, they are there, but the airlines, they are waiting on to get the green light. But they are there, and we not only dealing with in the diaspora, but we are far into the European nations also. And our great people in England, especially Cognitive Rebels, our favorite guys. I can't wait to see you all, Paul.
Yeah, so as you said, we wrap it up here this evening. We will take a quick hop, step and a jump up to the BFA because we're going to support that as well. The ladies are playing right now against the St. Lucians. I need to get a classified score. In fact, they just started. I think that's a 6:30 kickoff.
Yes.
And of course, the Mighty Blues Empire, second in the table in the Premier League, will be taking on the Mighty Wales, the Green Machine from Carrington Village as well. So we'll wrap up here, and we'll bring this crowd straight up to the BFA turf building to support
Randy Harris and those guys up there as well.
Very much
And I want to
so.
say thank you very much on behalf of the rest of the committee for taking care of us the way you do. You're many miles away, but I know we can call on you at any point in time to continue to make sure things run the right way. Your support, there's no way we can really thank you for it, but what we can do is to continue to form the partnership that we have and continue to grow from strength to strength, Bimfc to the world.
I want to thank you and the team, Jerry, Mr. Kelman, and my good friend Alan, for the tremendous work that you all are doing. You all don't know how many people, you have touched over the time, and the comments that I get from folks overseas is that when they could at least actually see it live home, it gives them that pleasure to be Barbadian.
Superb words from the chairman of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, Bimfc, Melvin Ibo Oxley, is also wearing another hat. He's the president of the Empire Club Pavilion Rollback Hall, St. Michael, 109 years old. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest in the region. And I take, at this point in time, sir, I take my hat off to you, sir, and I give you my characteristic fist bump. All the best to you and your family, and may we continue to grow from strength to strength. Thank you very much, Melvin. Thank you very much to the stream team as well. Thank you very much to everyone that's been here this evening and all those that tune in. And from yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, pleasant evening to you. Join us next Saturday from 2 p.m. for all of the action in the Bimfc's Obl-Fit. Remember, it's every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, hat trick, brace, goal. You name it, we do it. And we run those ads, and we see you all next weekend. Thank you very much, and a good night to one and all.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS. Clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG. Distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS? Get RUBIS. Get going.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery, fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. This week's Sweet Vibe Music Show on Hot 95.3 FM is powered by your favourite football legends, Melvin Ibo Oxley, Trevor Thorne and Julian Annell, and the crew at the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc and the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament Obl-Fit for every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Visit www.bdsmfc.org. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Rates and weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.